pro players together. He said if he's going to do skirmish, he wants to go.
The stream is bugging
you.
out. What's it done?
Unfortunately, that didn't happen today. But if
Should be
you
fine
were
now.
to skirmish against solo, who's going to win?
감독님 이제
Just the YouTubers that need to find a new chat.
여기서 이제 스커미시를 한다면은 젠지 대 DRX의 코치님들이 나와서 스커미시를 감독님과 하고 싶다 했는데 오늘은 아쉽게도 못하지만 만약에 붙는다면 누가 이길 것 같나요?
글쎄요. 하면 반반일 것 같긴 한데 저는 뭐 만약에 하게 된다면 그냥 총보다는 재밌게 그냥 칼전하고 싶은 생각은 있어요. 네.
To be honest, I can't really tell who's gonna win, but honestly, rather than a gunfight, I kind of want to have a knife fight with him.
Oh! Oh, that would be really fun to watch. Let's make this happen one day, VCT Pacific. Now, DRX is one of those teams with an ever-changing roster, whether, you know, you want that to happen or not,
okay,
unfortunate
chat. We'll be back in a
circumstances.
little bit,
But you always manage to do well. So I want to know, do you have a system in place, or how do you manage to achieve this despite all the changes?
이제 DRX는 매 시즌마다 좀 많은 변화를 주고 많은 로스터 변화가 있는데 그게 저희가
My cam is frozen. My cam is frozen.
그런데도
Dude,
이제
it's just
꾸준한
non-stop
성적을 많이
today.
내주고 있는데 DRX만의 비법이나 시스템이 따로
How do we
있습니다.
fix that?
로스터 변경 관련해서는 사실 저희가 원치 않았던 상황들도 좀 꽤 있었던 것 같고 그래서 횟수는 사실 다른 팀들이랑 좀 비슷한 횟수 정도라고 생각을 하고요. 그리고 로스터 변경이 있음에도
you'll be able to hear. Let me
할 수 있었던
down
거는
this.
저희 코칭 스텝과 그리고 선수들이 이제 갖춰놓은 그런 저희들만의 시스템이 잘 돌아가고 있다는 증거라고 생각을 하고 사실 그걸 수습하기 위해서 굉장히 많은 노력들을 하고 있는 게 경기 결과에서 나오는 것 같습니다.
To be honest, with all the roster changes that we have, some of them aren't as planned as we want it to be. There are unfortunate circumstances, but that being said, our coaching staff and our players, like we have this like internal system in place where we kind of just do our own thing. We talk, we like get our systems in place, and I think that just translates onto the stage, and overall that's like pretty okay. And quite honestly, I don't think our roster has changed as much as like.
I'll be back in a bit. Let's
I
hope
think
the
it's about the
stream
same as like
or the PC doesn't die.
as well.
That's a very interesting point. Now, the roster changes are a huge challenge, and you're saying it's maybe not so much of a challenge. So I want to know for 2026, for this season, what is the biggest challenge for DRX?
이제 DRX의 많은 이제 로스터 변화가 큰 난관이라고 생각하는데 2026년에 DRX의 가장 큰 난관은 무엇이라고 생각하실까요?
저희가 26 시즌은 원래 로스터 변경 없이 하려고 했었는데 저희가 굉장히 급하게 헤르메스 선수를 영입을 하게 됐고 사실 프로필 촬영이 1월 6일이었는데 1월 4일날 헤르메스 선수를 테스트를 보고 1월 5일날 계약을 체결하고 이제 그 정도로 너무나 급박한 상황이었거든요. 그래서 사실 큰 난관은 저희 계획이 없던 이 상황을 최대한 수습하는 게 가장 큰 난관이라고 생각을 하고 있습니다.
Quite honestly, for this year, we didn't plan any roster changes heading forward, but things happened as the way it happened. And our profile shoot for VCT Pacific was actually on January 6th, and on January 4th was when we contacted Hermes, and we tested him on that day and signed him on January 5th. So right now, I think our biggest challenge right now is just catching up to that level of play that we used to have.
Well, good thing you guys have a system in place. Now, I want to talk about a player who's been there forever, and it's Mako. Now that Bane has gone to the IGL role, there's something that we've noticed with Mako we haven't seen before, and he has this energy. He's so expressive on stage. We've never seen this side of Mako come out. He's almost like texture. He's shouting, he's happy. Is this because of Bane's energy, or is it something else going on?
그러면 이제 마코 선수가 원래 IG일 때와 이제 베인 선수가 IG를 가져가면서 마코 선수의 좀 무대 위에서 많은 변화가 보인 것 같습니다. 이제 텍스처 선수처럼 환호하는 소리도 들리고 얼굴 표정도 되게 많은 다양한 모습을 보여주고 있는데 이게 베인 선수의 역량이라 생각하시나요?
아무래도 마코 선수가 IGL을 내려놓고 베인 선수가 IGL을 하니까 마코 선수가 좀 더 경기를 편하게 하는 것도 있는 것 같고요. 그리고 베인 선수가 워낙에 팀에 그런 긍정적인 요인을 많이 주기 때문에 분위기도 잘 띄워주고 그래서 덩달아 마코 선수도 같이 잘 즐기는 것 같습니다.
After letting go of the Israel responsibility and handing that off to Bane, I think Mako just overall feels more free in on the stage, and having Bane next to him, obviously very energetic guy, very happy all the time. Just having that energy next to him, kind of just like it's almost infectious. Like he's just mimicking on that stage as well.
Yeah.
We've seen Bane's performance increase though, at least in terms of fragging when he's IGLing as well. So do you think you've found like the right balance for the team? Because as a vocal player, he's fragging very well.
베인 선수가 이제 IGL을 가져가면서도 좀 킬수랑 좀 퍼포먼스가 되게 좀 좋아 보이는 모습이 있습니다. 감독님 생각하기에 이제 IGL을 내려놓은 마코 선수와 IGL 가져간 베인 선수 이런 그 이제 논리라 이 책임이라는 거가 좀 더 알맞게 된 것 같나요 팀에서?
저희 내부적으로는 확실히 지금 방향이 맞다고 생각을 하고 있고요. 그리고 베인 선수도 IGL을 이번에 처음 하지만 베인 선수한테 굉장히 오히려 좀 맞는 옷이라고 좀 느껴지기도 하고 첫 구대를 하면서 IGL을 하는 게 확실히 베인 선수가 좀 더 편해하는 것 같고 자기 주도적으로 게임을 할 수 있는 것 같고 뭐 에임적인 부분은 베인 선수가 꾸준히 우상향으로 올라오고 있다고 생각을 해서 앞으로도 계속 기대가 됩니다.
Overall, I think the team direction that we have is definitely the right direction that we all believe in. I think as an initiator, Bane IGLing as an initiator fits his style very well for us, and I think his aim has always been trending up, and it's just like exploding on stage with this new role as well.
Awesome.
And for the last question, how are you feeling going into this match against T1? Do you have any concerns, or are you feeling pretty confident about today?
이제 오늘 상대 T1인데 이제 T1을 앞보고 저 이제 두려운 점이 있는지 아니면 이제 어떠한 경기가 어떠실 것 같은지 간단한 소감 부탁드리겠습니다.
T1 상대로 사실 두려움은 없고요. 역대 전적이 저희가 훨씬 더 앞서는 걸로 알고 있는데 그때 저희의 실력이 더 높았기 때문에 전적상 앞서 있다고 생각을 하고 뭐 실력에 따라서 승패는 갈려질 거라고 생각합니다.
Overall, I think it will just come down to the players' performances, but our team record against T1 hasn't been bad at all actually. So I think we're pretty confident against them, but again, it just comes down to the third stage today.
All right. Yeah, you guys have a great record. It's 6-0 against T1 there. So I think that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, Termi. Limetree, thank you for translating. It's great to have you here on the English desk. Thank you. You can put your headset here.
Amazing.
Good luck. Very cool. Very happy. Pilski, we finally had Termi here share his thoughts with us.
We get to peek inside the minds of some of the Korean teams here on the English broadcast of VCT Pacific. It's not always a pleasure that we do have, so it's great to get some of that insight. Totally agree, by the way. I mean, the record is very dominant for DRX versus T1, at least inside of Pacific. One of the only losses that DRX had actually incurred against T1 in recent memory was a loss internationally at Bangkok, but at least here in Korea, DRX has been dominating them.
Oh, absolutely. Now, he was mentioning the biggest challenge for this year was getting Hermes acquainted with everything as quickly as possible because he got slotted in like really last minute there. But it's quite fantastic. He had Hermes is now ranked first in off kills. I don't know after the match that just happened, but at the moment, before today, ranked number 1 in off kills. For Hermes. Yeah, I know. I know. I just found out that stat. I was like, it's
I didn't realize
very
he was
impressive.
getting that much value with the operator.
Yeah.
That's really important for DRX because a lot of times those up kills are also going to be the first kills.
Yes, exactly. And Hyunmin, this is a guy Termi had mentioned before that the very first match was going to be the lowest performance and it would only be up from there, and he's definitely stuck true to his words.
I mean, most people probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to see it, but I believe it was on the Korean desk. Termi mentioned the full sense game from Hyunmin was a bit of an anomaly. It was an off game and they're not over fixated on it. They believe that he'll raise his performance coming into the next series, and that's exactly what you saw up against Varel. I think Hyunmin very strong on the rifle. He is a player that has opted actually a little bit because you wouldn't see flashback on the secondary duelist be the opper, but I think DRX is now similar to what you're seeing even in DFM and many other teams. Their star duelist is often the rifler, and then you have another player who likes to play the Yoru a little bit more, actually pick up the op duties.
It does make sense that the Yoru is the one that picks up the operator. It's something that we had a little bit of issues actually even last year about where you have to swap around a little bit, and something with Team Secret where it gets a little bit weird because 1010 is the one that likes to op, but he's not playing the Yoru. So it gets a little bit complicated when teams have it figured out who's our primary op user, put him on the Yoru. Usually it just turns out a little bit easier.
Yeah, it looks like some teams are still trying to figure things out, and they need to figure it out fast because You know, T1 is one of those teams. They were the super team coming into this year. They ended up losing to Nongshim, and now they're in the middle bracket against all the other Korean teams. So, you know, versus Gen G, they ended up scraping through. It was a 2-0, but honestly, things looked a bit shaky. And, you know, you were talking about teams figuring things out, and I think T1 is one of those teams, despite having so much experience, they still have a few things they need to figure out.
I mean, looking at the performance in the server, it's almost absurd to call this the super team because they're actually having firepower issues.
Yeah.
I think Izu is doing a crazy amount of heavy lifting at the moment. Meteor's been very consistent, but you've had off games. Munchkin kind of flexing into some different roles, actually playing primary controller and a little bit more Omen, which is not what the direction they went in the off-season at times. And head-to-head against Bane, I mean, you can see the stats are mostly similar, but I feel like Bane is getting a lot more bang for his buck at the moment than Munchkin is.
Yeah, he really is. If you're comparing the two IGLs before kickoff, you would probably have Munchkin going in over Bane in terms of as a fragging
Oh, of
IGL.
course.
Sure.
He was
right?
the fragging IGL.
Fragging IGL. So, in credit to T1, or maybe in defense of T1, yes, they only made one change in the roster. There was a change of IGL and a change of coach. That is two changes that's really big. So for now, I am giving T1 the benefit of the doubt as a team that is growing. And a big reason why I'm saying that is because on their map pick of Bind, actually really liked them. They looked really solid. So what I'm thinking is, okay, if they've had a lot of time and they had a lot of time to prep, these executes look good, and the way how they played, they looked really good. This is their map pick. All right, some of the other maps still need some more time, and that's why they're looking like this. They're looking a little bit disjointed. Maybe there's less plans, and that's why we're seeing more individual plays in general.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think Breeze was rough to watch. This Haven game really could have gone either way, but it was kind of crazy to me that T1 takes the dub with 2 players sub 100 ACS when it's T1.
Yeah, I think both of you have excellent points here, and that could be the best case scenario, what Ewok was describing there. But two other players we're looking at, these are old teammates with each other, Mako and Stax, but the performance coming into this kickoff is hugely different, and besides the obvious role, you know, differences.
Yeah, for Stax, it wasn't only the fragging, unfortunately.
Yes.
We spoke about the Haven, right? Yeah, everyone, it's gone a little bit viral in the Valorant community. The ultimates, please use your ult. But for me, it was a little bit concerning the way he was using the drone as well and leaving the A site open at times. It just seemed a little bit strange in terms of how he was playing the Sova for someone that's so experienced playing the Sova. So for me, that didn't make that much sense watching it, because this is not a role, or this is not something where a coach needs to be teaching you anything about the Sova or having to explain everything. You're expecting him to just be comfortable. But again, what I'm thinking is maybe there's not that many plans in place yet, so we're just seeing more of the players like maybe a little bit more confused or doing their own thing. Sometimes we just see Munchkin walk down B, right, which he has done before, but just please do it at the right time. And if your other guys, you talked about firepower issues a little bit, if you're having some firepower issues, right, which the Genji of Fast did not have, if Munchkin is doing this mid-walk and he does go down on an important gun round, all of a sudden you're standing a chance to lose that map, or just the half running away with you, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, that's where, you know, teams like Genji would either have really good 4v5 plans, or you'd have someone individually go crazy. And I don't think T1 had as many options to kind of bail themselves out a little bit. So, look, we'll take a look at the map veto here. You do have Split being picked up by DRX, and then Bind will be selected by T1. You were just talking about how you like T1's Bind so far.
So the other one was also, I liked DRX's Split as well. Both of these teams, I put them in the same bracket of like a little bit growing pains, because they changed IGLs, right? So anytime anyone changes IGLs, I feel like you would need to give them some benefit of the doubt, giving them some more time. And both of them looked really good on their map picks, and both of them went for it again. So I'm expecting to see, and I'm hoping to see, 2 good maps of Valorant for those first 2.
I think Breeze is a little bit concerning though. T1's Breeze was not good against Gen G just the other day. They did get outclassed a little bit. And DRX are running the exact same comp. Once again, it'll be a mirror that they've already lost to Gen G, and you've seen DRX already overcome Full Sense in a game where Hyunmin on the Jet really wasn't doing anything. In fact, Buzz also had a rough game on the Jet, and we were all also kind of discussing how we're not really sure about Jet on Breeze. So I think Texture is really the only Jet in Pacific so far. I mean, Jing was decent, actually, but Texture is the main Jet that has really taken over a map of Breeze, and some of the other Jets have actually kind of struggled on the map.
DRX veto win, maybe?
Veto win?
Split
Did they
by
come in?
Breeze.
We
Breeze.
will
Maybe
break that
not.
down more later. This has been
Did we
a
avoid the
split,
Abyss?
prediction
No
here
Abyss
on
this
the
morning?
talent squad. I
Cool.
know at least 2 of us have DRX on the cards. For all those reasons, seems like a lot of the pieces are together for DRX. But we're going to have to wait and see as we send it
Who have
to
I
the
got
stage
here?
to welcome the 2
Ooh.
teams. We got DRX
Bro,
facing off
DRX or
against T1.
T1? I might have to go DRX, man. Not super sold with what I see from T1. It did look a little better though against Genji. Results are unpredictable at this point. Oh, for sure, it's big new meta. A lot of teams. Some of them are clicking, some of them aren't. This is where it clicks for T1? Sure. I mean, it could be, for sure. This Masters will be sick. This Masters will be really fun. There's also a lot of teams that might crumble a little bit. It's going to be hard to predict who's going to be scared on the big stage.
VCT Pacific 2026. Earn everything. DRX.
And today's match features 2 huge names in the Korean esports teams. We've got DRX facing T1 today. Now, DRX is feeling really fresh this year, especially with
Do you
Bane
think
at the helm as their
Yuri
IGL.
got lucky? I don't think
and
they got
it's
lucky.
a huge
I think they look
contrast
really good.
to the opponents, where you have Munchkin, who was the original fragging IGL. But Bane, we were talking about this earlier, he just feels like he's just making a lot more impact.
He is certainly
Winning
having
regional?
tons
Yeah, I
of
think they can do
impact,
it, man.
and the calling speed really solid
I would
as
definitely
well.
give them
And as
IDL
long as that can open up
more
Mako to
percentage,
do
but
Mako things,
Yeah.
I
Yuri
think
can do
we'll
it.
always have a super scary DRX on our hands.
Yeah, we did see some IGLs in some closer series earlier kind of falling by the wayside after stronger fragging performances as well. DRX extremely well-rounded squad at the moment, though I don't even necessarily think Bane needs to keep over-delivering as he has.
Yeah, that's the fantastic part about DRX, and Termi felt very confident coming into today's match because T1 has never beaten DRX in Pacific. It's a 0-6 score between them and DRX, but they have a little bit of change here. They have a different coach. Munchkin has since joined the squad, and while they are definitely still figuring a lot of things out, this is still one of the most experienced rosters here in Pacific currently.
Yeah, it's very different circumstances. Kickoff last year, this was the grand final. It went to all 5 maps. Buzz got 100 bloody kills across 5 maps, you know. T1 after that, they go on to win Masters Bangkok. Now you're seeing these teams fighting in the middle bracket. A lot of these storied Korean organizations within Pacific are really struggling to find their footing.
Yeah, if there was a time for them to break that streak, it probably is now, because both teams are showing some growing pains.
What an awkward
and
walkout.
if T1
Yeah, dude, the
wants to
walkout from the
really
top
show that
down,
they're going to be
they
ready
all look
for
so-
kickoff and try to
they're
qualify
also
to Santiago,
focused on, like,
they need
not
to take the
tripping on
win
the
against
stairs.
DRX here today.
It never
they
makes
also,
a good
I'm
walkout.
sure this is something, if they get this notch
That's
on
what
their
it feels
belt
like, at least.
after 3
Wait, do I not
years,
have
I think
Epic
this
Pen?
will
I
be a
thought I
huge
got the
vote
Epic Pen out.
of confidence
no.
moving forward, that
Yeah.
they are
Does that mean that
doing
we're
the
gonna
right
crash?
thing. Now, we have the map draft here. You know, we get to see any of the skirmish, but if you're going to pick 2 players from these 2 teams to skirmish, who is it going to be? It's going to be Hyunmin and Buzz, unless you guys just pick someone else. So Buzz ended up winning this out, and I hope that's a good sign of Buzz's performance today,
the
because
pen
it was
doesn't work.
left us a little wanting after the last
That
match.
must
We
have been
been
what went
seeing a
wrong.
little bit of an inconsistent Buzz so far, and when Buzz is fragging, and you mentioned that 100, if he's fragging, then DRX was definitely going to have a little bit harder time to deal with him.
Well, Split is a good place to start.
Chat,
He's
give me-
already dropped 30
give
on
me 20
Split
seconds.
earlier on in this
See
kickoff,
what
so
happens.
that'll be very confident
Can I
to
work out
start
why
him
it's not
off on the
working?
raise,
Probably
hand in
not.
hand with Izu's Yoru that's been delivering time and time again. DRX comp swapped after this map didn't go super well for them the first time they played it, and they've been looking actually pretty
pen.
clean on the double E-net. I love the way they look for
it's not
information
even here,
on
man.
defense and just allow them to inform their decision making. For me, DRX is one of the best teams in the world at playing double E-net.
Yeah, we're gonna
Try it
have
again.
to see this DRX comp though. It does give you a lot of information, but if you're gonna get run down by T1 with
You
their
have a
double
good 2 to
duelist,
3 minutes? Yeah, I believe.
does your information matter? They're gonna get tested
Surely
to
we
see if they
fixed
can
it.
actually hold down the site. And once
it's
they
just a
can
question
prove
if
that
it
they can
crosses
hold
my
down the site, they can
mouse
handle
or
the
not.
fast hits, then we maybe
Okay,
see
we're
that
good.
info game come into play a little bit more.
I mean, I think that's
Damn,
exactly
man,
the
we can
game plan
click.
for a T1 who
Perfect.
wants to start out on attack. You saw both Buzz and Izu dominating opening duels.
Yeah.
That's going to have to be something that DRX are on top of, and they've already shown a few of their tendencies in
But
that
now,
split
yeah, I
game
knew
they
it did
played
this
the other
after
day with
mid-game.
exactly this comp.
Well, both of these teams are definitely feeling the pressure today. You know, they are in the middle bracket. You want to make it through and get to Santiago because both of these teams have already lost lives and you only have 3 in this kickoff. Now, I'm very curious how this is going to be ending up. I know we have split predictions. Ewok, you ended up going for T1, right?
I did go for T1, yes. I do think this map, however, should be going the direction of DRX. I actually really liked Hermes, his Viper on this map. I think he looked the
There's
best.
some good
here.
play with
So
Jed
I
at the
think
moment.
This one
There's some
should be
teams.
going DRX, but overall T1 for me.
You might
Well, I agree
enjoy
with
watching
that
him
prediction
IBR.
is that we are
Playing a
definitely
little
going to
bit
go
of
the
Jet.
distance in today's series as we send it over to our casters for the first map of
People are playing
Split.
Jet on
Please
Abyss
take
and
it
Breeze.
away, Quack and Komodo.
Abyss and Breeze. How did I even mix those
Thank
two
you
up?
very much, Des. This has definitely got to go the distance. 2 teams, very stark contrast, red versus
Breeze.
blue as well, but also with the compositions right here, double duelist versus double initiative. Komodo, what do you got?
What have I got for this? I
Babies.
mean, I think it's more the story of these 2 teams that we would class in a Titan kind of bundle, right? But is it going to be a Titan like a god, or is it going to be a Titan like the Titanic ship that sunk?
Okay.
Because we are in the middle bracket. One
Okay.
team goes down. We already have Gen G go down as well. Are we
What's the
seeing
3 primary
Nongshim Red
issues
Force
that
be
GE
the best
lost
team in Korea
today?
now?
It
Who
actually
knows?
Oh, it's so much
Well,
louder.
2 strikes remaining for the teams on the stage. I'm sure you had a great time yesterday watch partying as well. But
3
we'll see
primary
how this one
issues.
does
Bad
pan out.
comp
And
on
he's starting
split.
things off
Has a
onto
bad
this
attack
split
half.
with
Can't really
DRX
do too
on the
much.
defense.
Bad protocols and 1v X's.
Of course,
Really
which
bad
way
against
this goes, if
Anti-Ecos.
We've got some smart, informed decision making, or if we have a little bit of sloppiness. We've had some rockety starts from both of these teams so far. And I think for me as well, it really is going
3
to come
pretty
down
devastating
to
things,
Crank
to be
coming
honest.
into this.
Okay.
Very, I think,
New game,
important to
DRX against
highlight as
T1.
well that it's going to be some different ways in
Over
which the
peaking. I mean, they just gave him
formulations
1v1s
these teams
all
are
the
impacted
time.
as well, right?
You're not
You've got
wrong.
IGL differences,
It kind of
you've got
comes
player
over the
differences,
bad
but you've got
1vx
on one hand,
situations.
Seasoned vet joining T1, rookie joining DRX, and with what Termi highlighted for us earlier, essentially 2 days,
Yeah.
which is crazy. This is massive early scenes for DRX. when you consider something
Pengry
like that.
Bird with the Prime. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate the Prime usage. Thanks for doing that. Flash goes over towards A. Looks like it didn't hit anyone, considering the reaction.
Staying tucked away inside of the smokes with a frenzy.
Yeah,
He does
smoke
find
leaks
one.
out
Buzz,
a
though,
little bit.
dives forward.
Bane needs to be really careful here because of the susceptibility towards the tower play, and he's going to have to start to fall on back. There's pings on the floor as well. He's got a guiding light, but he needs some teammates to be able to help
Uh-oh,
him.
mate.
Yeah, can't quite fly the shot.
Uh-oh,
right
mate.
now. Just toss the bird, but still the
Oh,
team
Mate, you can have no
all
bullets.
around him. He's run out
Oh,
of
my
ammo,
guy.
and T1 gets their way with the sight.
That is not the way that you want those bullets to be shooting out of that barrel, unfortunately. Now, Marco and Hermes to see if they can
Nice
get
way of saying it.
things here.
An attempt at least. Hermes is so darn low. Mako, I don't know. Might have some
Bro is just
positioning,
spamming,
but looking
running
where
and
Izu
spamming,
does go down to
praying for a
Hermes.
kill.
2 from T1 doubled up.
Yep, the fact that Hermes finds 1 on 17 HP required.
Elbow. Flash just gets sent over as well. Oh, and just as you mentioned it, unfortunately still goes down at the end. Mako looking for some favorable duels, but T1 aren't giving up nada.
Well, you
One
say
shot.
Okay,
Just
should be
one
better now.
shot. All right. He's got still a lot more to go, and the spike's not going to give it up to him. So this round, unfortunately, is going to be done. T1 should be taking it, but Mako's going to look to drag down as many bodies down with him as possible.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
we all
matter
do
too
sink
much.
in the end, don't we? So once the
Omen,
pistol goes
Omen on
T1's way,
defense.
they won't be holding on to any of those upgraded pistols. Deep dive into the pockets for the secondary round.
Can use a judge on Cypher for sure.
We'll see who is going to be really taking some leads. Because I think when I look at this one, right, we are seeing already having occurrences on this map, already having game plans. I think for me, it's not so much as a composition, and anti-stratting and such. I think for me, it's more having your players really
It's the
being
full
a
eco on
piece
this
of the
one.
puzzle
Retake
today.
wall over towards B.
Making sure we're all getting the frags, making sure we're all going for the trades, playing on the back of huge advantages, not dropping things, and following in the
Very
meme
nice.
using ults.
Certainly not going to be dropping much today, not in this round as well. Izu managing to get out safely. Quick smokes though.
Yeah, it's good timing on it. It'll stave off any further aggressions immediately. What could be a trap behind the dark cover. But as soon as it does
210 streak,
see
my
if Buzz
goodness.
is up for the challenge.
Insane, bro.
Kurt falls and
210?
instantly. Well, not quite
That's
the perfect
crazy.
headshots, but he
Nice,
still
thank
gets it
you,
in.
man. That's
No,
nuts.
paint him a little bit like Mona Lisa, but hey, still a pretty picture in the end. You got the kills, so it's fine.
We do like to see when Buzz is smiling as well as when he's angry. So,
Yeah, I mean, he's
two
happy
players
here.
left for
2 away
DRX,
from his
at least.
ult. He can
Back to
hunt on
heaven.
this one. Maybe he gets thrown the...
But ultimately down to hell
Yeah,
soon. You
there
would
we go.
assume to be put 6 feet under. Freeing Hermes, just the classics. Flank play coming on out as well for the challenge of Stacks.
Who, let's be honest, wasn't having a great time the previous series. Right now, though, with the Spectre, we'll give him the 1.
It is one more than, 0 and 8. So you take that. T1 gonna
That's
double
a
down
gun with
here.
a
Hermes
little
going to
35,
be
yeah.
holding onto the Spectre.
I mean, even
for
that's
a fight
impressive,
right
but-
now to see if anyone is hunting him, but you would assume maybe even wanting to ditch that.
There's always
An
bigger
upgrade going
fish.
in towards the next round for the proper rifles, which is exactly what he's
We
going to
VIP
do.
him. The problem
Gonna
is,
beat him.
we got
Actually wants an upgrade from the Marshal
what was the
himself, so,
longest stream streak? 510?
Oh,
I wonder if he would have made
We
it.
didn't
had he not
VIP
turned
that, I
around
don't think.
for Maybe fist bumps.
So
who
where's the
knows?
line? 310? Was it 310?
Disregard.
Did I just
2-0,
add an extra
T1.
200? I thought it was over
Good
500.
start on your opponent's map pick. That's what you'll take here. And this is the
578.
challenge. See how the first gun round plays.
That's
Down
mental.
Viper Walls over towards the A site. Freeing is going to be over here as well with the Veto, which we are. Sorry,
Someone
the
reaches
Tahoe,
1,000?
which we are still
Yeah.
seeing a liked
Let's set the
agent
buy
selection from the
crazy
guy
high.
that
I
put
like
him on the
that.
map originally for our
I think
region.
that's great.
The
Okay,
abuser,
big buy
I would
round against the
say,
bonus, and honestly, it's not
always
too bad. Slow default on this,
very
it's looking
impressed
like.
by it,
Whoa,
but it was a strong agent. Now a little bit stronger
Whoa,
with the buffs
Angry
that
Bird.
come to the kit.
20. Oh, dude, I don't have the slug up, do I? He would be dancing right now if he was up. Pengri, thank you so much. Chat, you're going to have to do all the lifting on this.
T1 though.
Spam the slug oiler.
Yeah, not
For
gonna be seeing
Pengri
any
Bird, thank you so much.
overaggressions to go
If
through a
anyone
little
got
bit of main
gifted,
play.
please at PengriBird51 say
Guiding
thank you.
lights in the pop flash variety to permit
Chat, good
deeper
spamming.
fight. And still holding
you so
on
much.
to the paint shells as Hyunmin
Pengri Bird, I
as
appreciate the
well,
support,
which
mate.
is
Thank you for
going
doing
to
that.
be interesting to see how he wants to
Celebrating the
deploy
win
this,
against
but the
DFM,
timing
love
on the
that.
ball before it can
Dude,
go
a big
back
win as
up.
well.
And
Pengri, thank you
Hyunmin
so much,
back
mate.
on the line. But T1 want no business in the A site anymore, it would seem. Leave Meteor to potentially be inserted for a flank later. Think better of that and draw
Wait, celebrating the
rotation
win
towards this B
against
site where
DFM.
Marco still holds the paranoia.
Or for
Bane,
for
well,
DFM, right? Yeah, yeah.
Just a gun in his hand, and he's been pretty good with that thus far.
Unless you meant, unless you haven't seen the result.
Anticipation
You
for
mean
now.
4? Okay, okay.
Hermes comes into check, but unfortunately will eat too
Either
much
that, you just
damage.
woke up, you're a GE fan,
Would
and you haven't
be
checked the
very
score yet.
telling for Bane to hold just exactly. Mako as well off to Garage. And there go the salvos, completely flushing T1 out into the open. Where
Ooh,
unfortunately
any
will
bit of
meet their
damage
doom.
is
Munchkin
nice.
able to hang on by a thread. Gets the spike down at the
Yeah,
very
for
least.
DFM, yeah. That's kind of what I read at the
As
beginning.
well, though, and
Okay,
unfortunately,
very, very
that gets
nice.
completely
Not
lit
too
up.
bad. 2 gun
Yeah, there's
rebuys,
still a
1
little bit
armor.
of damage though,
Big
dealt
round
in the
coming
round
up.
for T1. Bane, Hyunmin falling, a plant as well. So you get a couple of extra credits going into the next round for T1.
Angry.
I also do like the fact that DRX are not overcomplicating things on this defensive
Watch first
side.
map, yeah, watch
Too many
first map was
aggressions
just
early
like
when
easy
they do
win.
have the mass advantages of weaponry and positions, and also utility that they're not really baited in drawing out either. Holding on to a lot of that. I noticed a bit of good timing for Bane as well to gather information.
Celebrating
off
the
Sky
game
utility.
without checking the results is the only thing you can
So as
do
long
when
as
you're
you
a
are
GE
picking
fan
up
is
these little bits
outrageous.
At key time marks, it's nice.
I mean, if you don't check the results, then I guess you never know.
Very nice. Well,
So you
see
could
what
just
T1
live in
can.
bliss.
yeah, we'll swap some weapons around. We'll get that job done.
Judge in the hands of the right player. For T1 as well, I mean, this is the one that we're really curious about. They've
Big buy
seen
round, like we said, right?
success
1,
are. In fact,
2.
two of the players have
Could
been
be
coached by
4
turn,
here
so
that come by next.
Well,
If
Hermes
Buzz gets a
already
kill, he
little
gets
bit
his ult.
susceptible
That's
in
the main
previous
thing.
rounds,
You
taking
would
these fights to
imagine
defend, but
T1
needs to
should be doing something to
careful
try
how
and
we
make sure that
navigate
Buzz
this
can
one.
get his
Having
ult
the
into this
judge,
round,
you would assume,
considering
actually,
it's
is
such
gonna
a
be
big
little bit more
round.
Favorable in just holding that line. but a retake style variety.
Yeah,
towards the A
it
side.
kind of looks
Well,
like DRX are a little
hoping
confused why they're
they've
not
got
right now.
Hyunmin alive with you. And maybe even taking out some opponents to steal some weapons. 50 seconds to go. This is going to be an all 5 to A for T1.
Yeah, that orb
Free's
looks
utility gonna
pretty.
be quite key as well.
pretty
As well as the opening
tempting.
shot. Ooh, crouched.
Yeah, you do like to see that.
Raze
now,
is sending
throwing
it
out
in without
utility
getting the
nice
orb.
and early, but everyone's getting caught with util in hands. Buzz with an inch of his life.
They're also getting tagged down, as you mentioned. Yep. 5
Well,
HP.
I guess
onto
if he
site,
gets a
sure,
plant,
at
but are
what
you really going to
cost? The
throw it
rest
to him
of
with
the
5
team from
HP? I mean, they won
DRX
it.
just
They won the ult with 5
hovering around,
HP.
waiting
Maybe it's
for the
just
right
delay
time.
for
I
time.
mean, this should just be as simple as a flash in from Marco and from Bane, perhaps. Meteor overplays things for a free frag for Hermes.
Yeah, it felt like he needed to, I guess, but
So many low
what
HPs.
happens? Buzz, at the very least, does have Showstopper, but he's way too low to use it. So, flash from Mako, lined up,
he
and
popped
now
it.
going in with Blast Pack. Showstopper ripped anyway.
Yeah,
just
he's
to
going to
try
delay a good amount of time. Looks
force
like
their
Mako's going to
opponents
eat it.
respect it, but
Oh my
Mako
god, a
just goes
headshot.
swinging it
This
anyway.
is such overkill.
Munchkin alongside Izu. On the other end of the site,
Yeah, and they
Mako
kind of
will
know
be
where the
quick to
Yoru is because he
react.
flashed him through.
Izu
Do
trying to
they
sneak
piece it
forward, but
together?
here
Yes,
tap
they do.
Pressure is on.
What?
Does get one tap off of his opponents, but the spike still getting stuck. He actually manages to take them one by
Bro,
one.
that's nuts.
It's a Red Bull
That is
clutch.
absolutely nuts,
knock
man.
it as a
I thought
home
the
run.
spin to win was going to do it on the spike
That
here.
is a big play from Izu to come through.
God, he had to do that because they
A
really
bit of a
messed up
blunder
the
at the end
round.
that he does fall through the
He's
spike.
bailed them out of it
Celebration
here.
priority, I guess,
It's
at the end
huge
of the day.
impact as well.
There are worlds, there are
Because the round
universes
was
where that can
essentially worth
actually have
two.
some problems going forwards, but a massive 4K and the clutch to come through for Izu on the side of T1, where you actually think the retake is looking pretty sensational from DRX as
Oof.
well. They find all the advantages, they find the
Oh,
near spike defuse at
freeing.
the end. The only,
Free and missing.
I guess, way you're probably having the safeguard in that situation.
Force him
is
down
if
to
there
an
was
eco.
maybe
He
a
said it
dark
was worth
cover on the
two.
smoke to protect
Insane
the defuse.
impact.
Opening sit
Whoa.
down though from Hermes onto Izu.
He's been getting more and more confident with the mid peaks.
Why don't they stick it? Mate, he was trying to stick it. What do you want from him? He's spinning.
Or
That was easier to have the outlaw, wasn't it? Anyways,
Toxins, poisons off.
not the start that you want for T1. Izu down. Hermes maybe.
He
getting
got
a
off
little
it?
bit
Yeah, 'cause he got
overzealous here as
shot in the
because
head.
Marco's not going to be able to get any sort of quicker trade. That's that gun gone. It's
Very-
irretrievable.
unsettling when you don't see anything from T1. All of a sudden, they just
Hey.
go on through Garage, especially with the flash that was meant to slow them down. They still
The
break on
nades?
through. Nades will break apart the
This
formation,
is
though. So one into Garage, one to
this
try
is
to
looking
retrieve the
pretty
spike.
hard to win now.
You almost feel like you've got a TP out of here of Munchkin, perhaps.
Well,
Although, by the
get up.
timing and the sit back onto the site, he starts to get it all done
God.
with Meteor, and they strike to try and fix
Both
things
a
here.
one-shot.
Freeing, though. There's that outlaw. It was Izu's. Wants the other gun, but Herd.
Okay, it was far enough away that they didn't hear it.
Just waiting for the spike. Meteor should have.
10 seconds
You
left.
never quite know what's happening on the stage. 10 seconds left, and now freeing, beginning to peak.
One enemy remaining.
Shot's not quite perfect though, but the special delivery. Oh,
He would have
Whoa.
a slight timing to be able to find him.
bold.
Instead of bringing down that util.
Damn,
Munchkin
dude.
just
How are
grabs
they
him.
winning these rounds?
A recovery, Quack, for
I'm not
T1
sure it should be 4-1
in
right
that
now.
round.
incredible
T1.
confidence coming out from Munchkin.
Kinda
Well,
insane.
it was patience from them in that 2 versus 1 as well, waiting for the dark
Yeah.
cover to make
I mean, they
sure
did
that
good in
by
the
the
2v4.
timing going on down, he's not pushing out from the alley because his teammate can't protect him on all of those lines, right? From tower, from flank, from alley as well. Too many. A lot of util to potentially get the job done. 4 versus 2. DRX can't hold the fort of B.
Timeout.
Timeout to come out from DRX.
I mean, at least the good news is for them is that
On
they
this
just need to win
defensive
one
side
round
of
to
theirs
eco
as
them.
well. We want to see if they're going to
Yeah,
be
man, they
able
lost
to
some
bring
tough
up
rounds
that
here.
sub 50% win rate currently that they do hold on that.
Very good discipline here. I mean, if he walks out and kills the plant, just in his head, he's
Road
already
map
like
pick of
planned the
choice
next
as well,
move with the
takes that You've
stun.
got to review from T1. I would assume that there would have been a couple of annies, a couple of ideas on how to gain some good favor in some of these extremities, which we've really not seen in too much of a challenge.
The
just
missiles,
yet.
he didn't want to show where he's from.
Also, a couple of these mid-round adjustments, while they have looked good, we've had what? The Izu clutch, we've just had a 2 versus 4 then. These are advantageous positions
No,
that
these
DRX are fumbling in.
These are rough from DRX.
Not the most favorable, but fortunately does happen sometimes. Certainly
Although,
with this timeout.
with the damage that's been done, T1
Oh.
begging a little bit for some coin in this round. So they're just going to be down onto a Munchkin buy and a Buzz Bucky. A single satchel, though, it's not going to get you too deep into the side if you wanted to try and hop on in.
T1, after winning so many, they don't have enough money, so they lower by this one to make sure that they can
Off, especially utility
eco the, sorry,
also baited out.
to make sure they can have a full buy in the next. So
Bane is
you rarely see that at
careful that he
4-1.
didn't rejiggle on that line, just spotting out the toes.
But it is
You're not sure
it's
what
a good
weaponry
choice if they
is
can do
around the
damage here.
corner, what investments do lie here. Hermes, well, he's going to give Munchkin a bit of a headache. That gun is retrievable for the next soldier to have at it.
Potentially a trap as well.
There you got garage control as Marco.
with
Due
Stacks,
diligence
it's a big
for the
year for
Omen players
Stacks.
to be pushing into
He's
their
got to prove
on this
himself
map
this
on the
year.
defensive side. But what else do you do? Guiding light towards tower, confirming nil presence currently. So you start to formulate a bit of an idea that T1 are still up the guts of mid. You see tower control. You've got a bit of a to and fro trap up at the tower where
30
required for
seconds
Hyunmin and for Hermes.
Otherwise, just really looking out for whoever might have picked up the rifle, and that's going to be Izu. Slightly revealed now, and especially
no.
the combo play. Oh, God, you're absolutely right.
You have a judge. You can't be bringing out utility in that moment. You have to just roar with it. And
Keep an eye on
Armageddon
the time.
had to be layered down 10
Big stump
seconds
for
to
freeing.
force a spike plant.
Just freeing in the corner.
Good look at the timer.
Can they
Big nade.
really push on through far enough to get it stuck?
Spike.
Freeing denies
I mean, it's
every
at least damage
possibility.
though. We said that they kind of
Despite
eco
Buzz's kills,
expecting to lose this
unfortunately,
round. They
round
just
is
have to do a
over.
little bit of
Yeah, we will
damage.
be
It's
getting
not
that
that
plan
bad. It's
one
good
step
damage,
closer
and they
towards
won
the
away from a razor.
showstopper as well. So you do get a
So
little bit of a promise that you want to
it
find
was
that
actually
in
a
the next
pretty
round, and you
good loss for
should be
T1.
able to find it. Maybe a Viper's pit in the mix as well. So very close round at the end. Had the tail end fights gone a little bit of a different way. 5 seconds to try and get the plant down. Freeing at 30 HP. Should he be finished off there? Maybe you do get the plant down and it becomes a different ball game. So nicely done at least for DRX to be able to, well, not slam dunk that, but maybe you call it a buzzer beater.
Either way, though, next round up and now straight up through ramp.
Confirmed information, of course, and bullets looking to line up to a face. You start to get a little bit claustrophobic.
No real
on the
map
spike
control. That's
side
gonna
you-
fade
site
out.
You would think for free,
Terminal combo maybe.
especially when this dark cover goes down. He is isolated.
Still looking for the right position to play, though. Nightfall does get sent
Fatal
through.
Euro
Unfortunately,
combo.
he will have to just eat that. Teammates arriving all around him, but not quite
That
the
looks sick
opportunity
from
that
his
you want.
POV.
Hermes will go diving in. Hyunmin with a showstopper as well, but doesn't quite connect. So
There was the
hit now,
smallest gap
deploy.
behind the Omen to
T1
get out of his
regaining
TP.
Some control over the site. DRX not backing down
Made
just
good
yet.
replay for sure.
Trailblazers been spent
They all
as
got
well,
Omen
so Mako,
flash,
Hyunmin
double satchel
holding
to
on
send it
to
above
the
the.
lead they have.
Mate, you got to go
Trying to
heaven
line
with the
things up,
raise here, surely.
Flash across into the pit.
Maybe I'm
Gets some
wrong,
dives
but
forward. We've already spotted out Stacks. He will unfortunately hit the deck.
time's
Where
getting
the
low.
final to possibly be. Izu tried to thwart it with a pop flash, but Bane
Damn,
triangulates
fair
wall
play.
bank through.
Nice
DRX
retake, man.
managed to make the situation.
Dude, Mako,
workable.
Yeah,
so
you think
nice
at
to
the
watch
end there,
Mako, man.
TikTok, you got to get a wriggle on DRX. But they're very patient in trying to navigate that retake. Paranoia used really nicely as well for my 2 cents. Unfortunately for freeing, Nightfalls, which is why he can't hear.
Yeah,
the
he's been
exit
fade
of
away,
the
chat.
dimensional
You
driven
can't
Izu
hear.
there, by the way. I was also kind of wondering for Hermes, or maybe I'll get a little bit worried for Hermes. When does he exit that pit with that judge? Does he get immediately shut down? Or does he find some damage? Did get the ladder, so nicely done.
Dude, what a
Good retake for
devastating round
DRX
to
too.
lose.
Settle the advances here as well.
So
T1
1,
need to
2,
find
3
this
out
round,
of them.
otherwise they'll
Big
see
buy round. They go
DRX
down
get
to an
the tied
eco. 3
scoreline.
ults gone, money's gone.
It is possible, especially the half bite coming through.
Stealth drone is clearing so much information over at A for the current time, but you need to get a boogie onto B.
Oh, just enough for Mako to stay alive. Perhaps the Shroud have to stay away from the showstopper, but also Bane alongside Hyunmin. Just on the
Speaking of
side,
money,
coming through into the choke
They're
point.
buying for the rest of the half pretty
It's
much with
Meteor
this one.
left, and
3k for everyone.
unfortunately,
One
not
armor
able to
rebuy
get
so
back
far,
in the
that's
fight.
it.
Bane feels the rhythm in that round for sure. Showstopper of Buzz not getting the job done as well. Very low HP. Marco
Really
was
nice
left
rounds.
with the heals good enough that he can send Meteor packing.
They
Four
got
to
the
four.
Razor out of
So we
them as
tied
well.
things
It's
up,
T1.
but that was,
4
of course,
ults used
a
in
bit
2
of
rounds,
the
and they
lower
got
variety
none of them.
purchase to come through for T1, so they should have the weaponry to go at it again in this round. Bane, I think I have the same sentiment as a lot of people and DRX fans at the moment. It is looking like a better oiled machine at the moment for them in their adventures going on forward with the changes that they're doing. And Marco, of course, every time we get cameras on him, seems a lot more happier too, a lot more animated. Usually Bane, the big vocal presence on the roster as well to get everybody situated. But if you do get everyone situated, it's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Another important round.
Meanwhile, for T1, though.
Double duelist. Double duelist, and they might get a
Bane's got
rough
one way with
half.
the Seekers,
Yeah,
which would
man.
be
Might
quite
be in
large
trouble.
to
Dude,
go
they
in
had
this
such a
round.
good
Stealth
start
drone
as
once
well.
more. Use of some good looking round for freeing. Not going to be spotting out Meteor at the moment, so there is a possibility to do what he does best.
I don't know.
Yeah, he has been spotted.
No fuel.
It's hard.
Not enough.
Start to get
toxins
red.
going
Yeah,
up.
it's always 4-1.
He needed that wall to,
It's just
to
like-
get out.
Come on, come on.
Toxin screen down.
It does draw a slight rotation away from middle
I mean, he
for
could've gone
Hermes,
to
by
heaven
the
with
way.
that
So imagine
good
if there was a bit
pressure.
of timing for T1 to waltz on through. It'll get re-picked back up right now because ultimately T1 need to come out with a big decision. Where are we ending?
Might be a good call from Meteor here, to be
Unsure,
honest.
just for
Not
now,
entirely
it's
sure.
straight up the
He
guts of mid once
faked that he
again.
might have gone
Slowed
over
down by
towards
Hermes.
heaven by
Oh, he
blocking the
could
vision
drop
after
a
he was
hit
spotted
right
in
now,
this
making
corner.
it super
Pulls
interesting.
mid away over towards
Whoa.
30 seconds
Okay, Munchkin.
A heaven.
Want to split up the forces?
You kind of have to.
Cool
You need to
creates
get a
pressure that
paranoia
he
into
could
the
be
back
anywhere on the
side for his
map.
team to get through heaven.
No.
20
Comes up around
seconds.
screens, still holding on to everything that they've got. It's all down to the fights as T1 just looks to waterfall down. 10 seconds left, and Hyunmin does not let them pass.
Got another nade, mate. You can win from the nade only. Oh, we can do that.
Tap now off to the swing. 4th kill in the round.
Really nice stronghold from him.
Munchkin's just not gonna
It's
let it
just
happen.
individual
Not
greatness.
at all. Doing the job for DRX to get it done when free.
T1 look pretty
cannot on the back of
uncomfy,
sight,
considering
pressured.
the rounds that they won as well.
Incentivized to go for
They
a bit
look really
of a pick.
uncomfy
Very
here in
late
this map.
in the execution for T1 as well, and you really don't afford yourselves any space to pick up the slack. You got 2 satchels to throw around as well if you wanted to, but really it's just the crosshair placement, man. Getting the spray down, getting the job done. 5 seconds to go. An open plant attempt from Meteor, because you last saw him at the elbow.
Yeah, you
Think he might
gotta.
still be there
I
as
need
well.
a jumper there,
You got
surely.
slim pickings on where you want to try and get a good plant. Does not work out. DRX lined up on 5 right now. Take the lead. Force T1 to timeout.
Yeah. Certainly needing to right the ship right now, having lost the lead.
Yeah, Meteor not really getting too much in terms of the lurks either. Always being
Stacks here?
checked
I'm not even sure that
by
Stacks
me,
is
so
full.
really
Is he not
good timing
the?
on either stealth
Is
drones
he not
and
the
boot
third
bots at the
person that
moment. There's some
swings?
good awareness
It might be a little
on how to
slow
be
from him.
layering
Spacing
them
might be a
down at
little
crucial
off,
times.
but
Your
my first
Bane
guy should
on
be
the other side
jumping.
as well with his flashes used not as a flash but as confirmed
They
information.
know 100% he's
They're playing
backside. They have
very informative
vision over
game
towards
at the moment,
elbow.
DRX
They
on
know that
this
he's not
defensive
elbow.
side, which
At least like
now
this
you gotta
part of
start to see
elbow.
this recognition from T1
You
come
got
into play
2
as
over
well.
towards
Look at the
default.
way
You
that these rounds have
gotta
come.
jump that,
Defuse time, defuse kills,
or at least
time.
get in the trade.
We cannot afford for T1 to have a lot of these rounds go down to the wire. They need to get in. They need to get in your face and hitting their shots.
The only way you
which,
lose
to
is if
be
he gets
honest
those
with
3.
you, a lot of us were begging for, but had yet to see.
Oh, well,
Oh,
careful what you might wish
Chili's up
for.
on minimap.
This might
Oh
be
god,
the round. Look at the flash! Oh, Mako!
can't get
Just
much
could
worse.
not see for the love of him. And all of a sudden, it's just freeing and Hyunmin left, but hold that thought.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna
Hyunmin
say, you gotta chill
still
out,
has a
because it's
lot
this
more to
guy.
say. Turns around, though. Stacks managing
Guy
to
kind of
find
looks like he's just gonna
square
one-tap
on
everyone
picture
while we're on his
perfect shot.
POV.
Freeing.
Spike planted.
Just wants to probably save.
Well, I begged to see a couple of shots from T1 just there. And I guess Beggar's Reward comes into play. Pistolas getting the job done. Damage control, maybe even ill-advised. You get a little bit hungry for the Armageddon. And what does it do
Mako,
if you
he had one of
get
those
to kill
rounds
over
where
towards the side of
everything
T1
went
here as
wrong
well.
for him,
Stax
yeah.
picking up the Nightfall. He's far away. Meteor getting a kill, removing the gun. Looks all right. You also kind of want to hold on to some of these ones for T1. So a round stolen after your own timeout.
Extra kill here would be nice. For his ult and wreck their money. Not bad.
Just enough, but other than that, very well said.
Thrifty to be picked up for T1 to stop the advances of DRX. Tied scoreline yet again, close to a couple of turning point ults if you can garner them into the next round, because it's going to have to be orb control, it's going to have to be an early fight. If you want to try and pick that Nightfall up over at the attack side of things, I'm looking towards freeing as well. You want to get that Armageddon online perhaps here. Really back up the rest of the ults that you've got, but you also don't necessarily need to when you've got that showstopper from Hyunmin placed at the right point. If Hermes wants to drop this pit as well, where are you potentially going
Oh,
to be
it's
putting
big
that?
timing. Gets a lot of info. How aggro does he get? Open flash hits only the one. Ah, dude, you gotta shoot this fader. Mako's just melting over to his back of
flashes
sight.
from Bane trying to thwart it, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. And one by one, they start to trade. The showstopper even deployed, but only able to bring it down to 1v2.
Freeing did pick up the Armageddon in this. Special delivery and salvos. How vintage do we start to get at the moment for him in a 1 versus 2?
FBX dead last. Holy dude.
It's 50%. He wins it or he doesn't.
My only
right?
excuse is I don't watch China, but I actually thought they were gonna do well.
Flash out his opponent's positions. Oh, look at Meteor. What positioning? Unfortunately,
so
swung at
quick.
the wrong time, and all it took was one tap. Izu tucked in the worst possible spot as well. It's the first one that goes check.
Oh, crowd reacted.
Oh no, might be false information. Freeing.
Didn't consider it.
Unfortunate as Izu appears out from where he thought he cleared.
Yeah, I need Mako to do better in some of these rounds. Did he eat a flash and then we just looked at him so he missed the flash on the observer thing?
To
Yeah,
real take
he did.
it or to fake it.
Yeah,
It
it
just
wasn't as
throws
bad.
a bit of a spanner in towards the grey matter there for old Freeing, who can't get the job done in the end. Didn't go for the full clear on the back of the special delivery. He would have wrapped him up and posted him. 6 achieved for T1. Last round of the half. Exit strategies, of course, for DRX as well if they want to lay down this carpet bomb, but where do you feel confident in doing so? Meteor, again, showing presence, will always keep you invested in doing some sort of body play over at A. Hermes loses the pit for the
They're
last
getting
round of this half
an incredible
as well.
score.
Being caught in a position
It
individually.
looked like it was so
once
bad, and
more.
then they just timed out and won every single round
Seekers will go out
from
at
it.
least from Bane, just trying to find any sort of reaction. T1 will stay away from it.
And if you just want to try and maximize things here as T1, you settle for a little bit. You start to
500
have a little
gifted
bit
if
of this control
DFM
that
wins
you probably
any
wish
internationals
gathered
this year.
back
Dude,
like
I'm
Prowlers,
down,
perhaps.
man.
Stacks can drop in a Nightfall.
You want me to
Izu's
become a
one
big
away from the
DFM
dimensional
fan?
Drift 2. As I say
I'll do
that,
it.
he'll pick it up, but only in death.
You crack me up, man. Well, looks
Wave
like they're
by
gonna start
wave,
to
yeah.
compete for this middle positioning,
Need
though.
to
Both
talk to
teams going
Paperfin,
in
man.
for a
Get on that
buzz,
boat.
coming
It's
out
a
on
lovely
top, but it's still a
second shot on this.
2v2. Mako wanting to peek out. He's cleared out the information, sends out the flash to hold them back.
It's 30 seconds. You can buy so much time right now for DRX as well with the Armageddon, with the salvos.
yes.
And I love the
30
position that
seconds
Freeing
left.
does slots into. Doesn't need to commit
This guy's
himself
nuts.
to the ramp
Yamin,
play,
he's
because the
really good,
longer
man.
that T1 take, the stronger
He's got
this
some of the best
utility
aim.
becomes.
As well as if he finds a shot, but unfortunately it's just revealed for now. The right time to use utility.
He uses
Will
it
he
too
get
late.
caught out with it?
Oh, he saw him
Meteor.
though.
Oh, that was close.
It's unlucky. It's
Missed
such a
the
nice
foresight
play
of
from
dropping
Meteor,
that
no
down
matter what
early
happens
for the
here.
timing on the plant.
I did
He's missed
really, really well.
the timing. Freeing, which feels a little bit uncharacteristic.
Yeah, Freeing's
Given his
melting
history
a
on
little
this
bit in this
agent,
game. There's
now
been a couple
Marco
of times where his util's been off,
versus 2.
his aim's been off. Having a bad one.
Possible toss out of progression smoke, but Meteor's too
We got
slippery.
7 in the end.
So the
Fair
first
play.
half and 7
That timeout, the second timeout really saved them,
going
man.
down to the wire again for T1. A very slow approach towards these attacking-sided plays. Do like the little fight that DRX try to give
The
back
scoreline,
to them
yeah.
towards mid.
I think DRX will kind of be looking at the
realm of an opportunity
rounds
position to
and
play
just
from
wondering how they only
deficit,
got
get
5.
back into the round, but when push comes to shove, it's the little micro components, the micro mistakes one could argue in these situations as well that can get the better of you.
Which is also why, I mean, all the little things result in this 5-7. Still relatively even, but it is T1 that
Saving
does
off
come
the
out
win
on
in the
top.
round, I don't mind it.
Rounds in which they do
Like, all you have to do when you do that
explode or
is just know
execute
that
inside,
you're going to
so
lose
DRX
the
just
round,
not
but you
quick
need
enough
to do good
react.
damage. Like,
A
it
lot
is
of
the right thing to do.
plays that have come through from DRX as well to gather the advantages in that half.
And they
were
did a lot
actually
of
in the form
damage.
Hermes,
That wasn't
right?
like
He
why
gets
they
4
went on their
opening
little
kills, and a lot of those conversions that T1 actually
mini
do
loss
have to
streak. I
try
think they
and
lost like
bring
3 in a
on
row or
back in
something.
from deficits at sometimes. A lot of those mid fights that he's able to find, I actually almost rather him play a lot of those judge rounds, given how much control of mid T1 were trying to do, and how quote-unquote
The
easy
MB
it would
hates
be for
it.
him to
I
fall
mean,
back
that's how
and
you
play
know
some
it's a good
cheeky
buy.
angles again towards the A site on the Endeavors, where you know Meteor's going to be
That's the
lurking in
confirmation
as
that I
well. So
needed.
with all that said and done, things will flip over. Now DRX have to try and see what they can do on the attacking side of their own map pick to bring things back. Controversially as well for T1, you get the pistol round here, you get the second, you start to extend out your lead, you start to feel a little bit more confident perhaps.
Nothing crazy on the buy round.
Into it.
Early info off the rip. So you've got the right positions poised for success here for T1.
Oh, they're going to miss their timing on this. Oh, it's so weird.
Unless we just run in to take the fight.
They lost
Flash,
everything,
thought it was
timing
good
and
enough,
space,
but
and they still went for the
unfortunately,
trap play.
that's where 2 of their key players fall. Meteor trying to dance around to stay alive, but still not enough. Look at
Yeah,
this
you guys
entire
deserve to lose that
DRX
pistol. You
army
got to scrap
just
that as soon as you've been
marching,
pushed off of it.
claiming this B side on the pistol.
Very, very nice.
Cuts at the end of that one, it feels like for
Classics,
T1.
yeah.
They're just getting classic, they're just getting tagged, you flash,
See your
you
left PS with
salvo,
the prime. Thank you so much, man.
overwhelmed by
Thank you for
DRX's
doing that.
forces. I thought that
Okay,
they
we
had
got
enough
a
to go for the pump
1-1
flash
in
plays
terms of the
for sure.
pistols.
Yeah, but on the back of that dark cover, you get in front of that, and it's holding around the box, holding around the smoke. Hitting your shots as DRX.
You can't.
Not
As soon
being
as they
scared
potentially cross to the
take
right, you can't do that.
advantages when your opponents slip up, when you get on top. 1 pistol round apiece. And the map
Okay.
right now, attacking sides for both.
They're allowed
Not
2
able to
deaths
get
on
in
this.
front of the B
It's
main
a
smoke.
little
You probably don't
lower
even
than
wanna
what most
contest this
teams
right now
would
if you are
put
down
in
mid.
this buy.
But he's going to try.
Oh, should have spotted Munchkin just at the end of that.
It's all right, just the
Cummins.
classic. You'll
Cummins lucky to be
skedaddle on
alive
out
though.
of there. It is just a full T1
What's the
lean
score?
to this
It's
B site
7-6.
at the moment, but
What
the
do you mean?
problem is, if you want to call it a problem perhaps, Hermes, I think you feel too confident trying to find the timing to waltz in towards A with only the Ghost. It's definitely going to be a big call for DRX to just ensure he's inserted there to stay as an option for later.
Good enough option.
Freebies.
Might not even be necessary, especially with Mako spotting out so much. Fake
Yeah.
TP, re-peek at some point. Izu coming in to investigate, but that's where he will fall.
And the
Yeah,
only
he
reason
actually
why Hermes
owned him
does
with
pretty
the
much
fake
go through
TP.
towards A is because of that confirmed information that Marco finds in towards mid. Bane gonna get out of that, and
Oh
now
boy.
it's Hermes time.
1 enemy remaining.
All of a sudden. And the Marshall kill finish.
Composed himself.
Tied up score.
Ready for it.
Fantastically played, DRX.
Wait, where's the other gun?
They lose, you know, a slight sliver there, but they didn't go full balls to the wall purchase. They
They
actually
couldn't go
have
get the
enough
gun 'cause
credits
it's
to
here?
the
I
coffers
mean,
to
it's
be
a
able to have a
Spectre.
pretty good bonus round if they want to
Fine.
have a heavy investment here as
Yeah,
well.
it's so far away.
This is a little bit interesting for me. But how chewy is this round going to be? And how expected are T1 going to be around some sort of trap play? Nothing too far for DRX.
What's the idea
though.
there? With the pistol? They wanted to do a trap
Standard
play,
on
but they
B
crossed.
lane. Immediately push Munchkin back, and unfortunately
Okay,
for him,
B will
no heals.
pretty much
like
suggest that they
Bane
want to go
has
over
up
towards B.
on the sky.
Could work out well for them. I'm not saying they're going to
That is
end B right
damage
now because obviously they
delivered
have this
set
guy
in
here,
stone.
but They got no info
Marshall
left
and a
side of this
Bucky.
wall, so if they actually put this
Bulldog as
wall
well
up and
for
kind of
DRX
confirm
as
it
the
with some Sky
weaker
util,
weaponry.
they will know that they've created pressure.
Still potential though. Susceptible wallbang.
Meanwhile,
saw
over
much
towards
game
A.
will unfortunately
Smoke
have to
that in
bail.
theory does a similar job to
Majority
the
of
wall.
T1's forces then to come back into
Or we
investigate.
go for the
team.
trap play again.
Especially Garage. They get hit by the Trailblazer.
Yeah, I mean, this is what they wanted to do, right?
Yeah, but
Skydog
from
over
what you
towards
see
here
as
to
well,
see if they had actually created
The
pressure. That
expectation
could be.
they were ready to go for a play of their own T1 back in towards main.
It's a big
Now
lean
it's
over
just
towards A right now.
Exploration for DRX up through mid. Buzz
3-person
also
lean. It
tagged
looks like they've
half
just lost
HP.
all the
We're
info over
starting to
towards
chip
side because
away
of the timing.
at this T1 health department. Hermes, well, he does
I mean, he
find
gets
the
good
wrong
info, though. They
timing
can just
in
go.
towards the A site, removed from the equation. The cut wall over at B, no longer usable.
Yeah, fully revealed DRX's strategy then. So,
What
all for
a Sky
T1 to try to
Flash.
set things up.
Oh my
Unfortunately,
God,
utility
bro.
not quite landing in
Oh man,
time.
that
Bane
Sky
and
Flash
Hyunmin
was
will
so
still be able to
good.
break them apart.
It hit the
Buzz
guy that
came
was
through,
running out
though.
of spawn
So
as
it's still
well.
a 2v2 at the end.
Plan goes down, special delivery for freeing. What's your ricochet look like? Or what's the double call, the double swing? It doesn't matter.
double wide.
As Izu lays them to rest.
They both went wide.
Ridiculous! Crouch down, 2 kills in the
I
subsequent.
guess they are thinking that he's still
coordination.
heaven, so they need to go wide because of this box.
Some
Unlucky.
good damage at the end of the day for DRX, don't get me wrong, but T1, the round that they should be gathering no matter what, they get on buy, and the extra investment, it's not going to impact the econ of DRX either. They can go again. They can keep things really cool in the contest on this map of Split. So we finish off in the last series, we start off for this Korean Derby again.
Yeah,
One will fall.
that's a lineup.
Yeah, one will carry on, but
One will carry on into Paper X that is looking quite vulnerable at the moment.
after yesterday, who knows? Next round, though, DRX being able to buy back up, of course.
2-4. It's not too bad money-wise.
How hungry do you feel at the moment as Izu gather that orb to get closer to the drift to give your team some options earlier in the mix? What do your spidey senses say that lurks around the corner as well? Very passive approach for both of these teams currently.
Yeah, they
Wait
haven't
and
really
see
taken
who
much
will
map
bite
control.
first.
And 40 seconds is
Especially
gone.
if it is DRX.
Well, it will be.
Have been spotted.
They have to. Trailblazer in. Destroyed before
If
you can
he's
spot
shooting it that
further
early,
position onto
guys.
Izu. Got a bailout strategy. You can't break those birds no more.
Yeah,
and he gets
nice,
shut down.
boys. That's good. I like teams
Quick
that are
punish.
thinking way more about if they're
Grabs the
trying to
launching
shoot
pad for DRX.
our drones
East
this
site.
early, they're covering for someone. Otherwise,
Look
you
at that
just
judge,
leave it,
though.
you do it safer further
Scares
back.
you a little
It's
bit.
taking a
40
risk
seconds to go. Do
to
you
break a
decide to
dog.
retreat?
It's
Or try to
probably
bully
someone that
your
he's
way
baiting
in?
for.
Omen and Raze confirmed.
Showstopper. That will be the bully's
Oh.
tool. Taking the
Oh,
judgment.
oh
Buzz!
my god, it's such an
Instant
insane
flicks
round from
back to
everyone.
back. He takes down 3.
He's sending them to the moon with that one now, Hermes. He's just going to get the message, unfortunately, a little bit
That
too
was
late this
awesome.
time.
Nice
1
shots,
versus
man.
3, Spike, ungatherable. 10 seconds to sit and hold,
10 seconds
and
left.
T1 will come away with the
God,
round
look at that
after
impact
some
as well. Force them down to an
very
eco.
sharp shots from Buzz.
They could try and force if they wanted to, but they really shouldn't.
Incredible reactions coming through. Now he's got a
They did good to
showstopper
pop
while
the,
Izu still is
the Razor
close
here
to
as well.
Dimensional Drift as well.
Yeah, both these teams needing to be aware of the fact that you cannot let the spike, the time that you have to plant that
Oh, it's
spike
fast.
be in
Insta
your
headshots.
opponent's possession, essentially. Remember that time exists and go in with a lot to spare to pick up the slot.
It's a lot of work.
Resets the economy of DRX
Yeah,
as
like
well,
we said,
making it a
low
little bit more
buy.
problematic and T1 to achieve double digits first and
Buzz
foremost.
has
We'll see
ult.
if that does come into fruition as a different look right now for DRX over to this A site, which they really do not favor in history of this one. 1 plant last time on A, 9 on B. They love that secondary site.
Well, this time we'll see what they can really garner. Right now getting hit by paint shells. Mako
Wait,
looking for
they're next to each other.
possible TP across. Does manage to upgrade to a weapon, but out into the open. Nah. Hyunmin, though, at least able to trade right back, but look at how T1 are still maneuvering around back and
Every
forth.
time-
The trades
every time
coming
someone's
through.
in
It's
this
just
corner.
Hermes left. He managed
How's
to
he
get
out of
away.
there?
Perhaps into the crosshairs of Izu,
Ooh.
though. Unscoped. Jiggles trying to bait out the shot. You just can't.
No, there's no escape here.
Yeah, he's got the worst gun. Oh,
Kinda
kinda close.
Munchkin or Izu.
It nearly was an escape. Gotta be remembering, folks, that there is an activation time on Poison Clouds as well if you want to try and get a Hail Mary TP in towards the site. There's also a lot of
yeah.
corners that you have
They
to,
I mean, he's not.
be aware
Jesus.
of. So
Hold up.
unlucky, Marco. Bit ambitious. Double digits, as I said, for T1 being picked up here.
Yeah, they really messed up the timing going
Getting
heaven
caught in the
here.
utility at the wrong moment. Does get a little bit chaotic around the site. Needing some good crosshair placement. Some good comms in amongst that chaos as well. There is a timeout deployed, by the way, in towards the next round. So we get to have a bit of a chit-chat with the coaching staff. For DRX, refiguring out the approach on this attacking side. And for T1, well, doing all right so far. So just pick up a little bit of this
yeah, it should be
later
a fun
game,
game
but we're good,
today.
because the expectation will be DRX also take forever to get to the spike side.
It's always methodical with DRX.
Just
Right
skin
now,
routine.
perhaps still a little bit more of that. The execute not
I
quite
do
what they would have
4-step
liked.
in the evening, 3-step in the morning.
But as you mentioned,
Mostly
for
cleanse
T1,
tone.
everything is hunky-dory. Just with all the players.
I
individual
only use
performances
Korean
starting to
products,
flow,
though. They're
perhaps
normally
not
like the ones.
always seeing every single one lighting up the kill feed, but you know, you've got Izu, you've got Munchkin, you got Meteor still performing. How can we forget Buzz?
I mean, he was the topper in that game against Nongshim Red Force, right? Nearing 30 kills. Izu, I mean, technically close behind, second on the scoreboard for T1, but further down the line in the kill department. Now with the operator in hand on this defensive side, might be able to get a little bit more on that tally.
Great line of hold.
Autumn was doing some damage with it for GE. Hermes as well, the op leader, might have been overtaken from the previous
Honestly, the
series,
Korean stuff is just crazy good.
but see you later. Gap in the wall. Gotta fix that one, please, Hermes, next time.
Still managing to somewhat slip through though, but T1 is aware.
Unless it was the other one. And if it was,
Okay, they
Meteor fixed
confirm that someone's over towards heaven.
it. Oh,
This is
it's that
pretty
one,
much
so
it for
it's just that
DRX. They
one.
gotta win this, otherwise they
Attackers?
have to eco, and then 5 in a row is a little
Sometimes
too hard with
not
what's
so.
been going on.
Well, the call will be for DRX to regroup though.
This one, obvious. Ramp orb at
Dude,
the
what
right
a weird
timing.
pause.
Stealth
Oh,
drone,
he
we're
just
looking
got out of
forward as
there.
well to
Imagine it
remove
popped
the
a little
TP, but it goes
earlier.
off yonder, and DRX get into the site. There's a little bit of time to pick up here in any scrappy
It's a hard
affairs.
retake, but obviously Razor
Does
makes
look
this
like it's gonna
doable.
be a 5v5 retake.
Showstopper though. It's gonna be pretty tricky. Position as well, however, for DRX. Hermes tucked underneath. Bane beginning to go off on a bit of a journey. I don't know how much time that's gonna take. So
Oh, man.
we'll start off with initial
Feels
artillery
like an incredibly
onslaughts.
strong pause.
Snake bites in the common position. Hyunmin popping off. Buzz answering back with a showstopper, and Izu
Keep an eye on the,
with an shot
luck.
onto site as well. Hermes still tucked underneath, but finally sussed out by Buzz. Bane
consider
shows
that.
up at the last second, but it's way too late.
my God.
Mako, what have you got? The spike has
Oh.
been defused.
Damn, they expected
Stax
the
is just
luck
gonna go
over
for the
towards
old Ferrari
vents this
pick in that
late.
one to make sure that we've got time on our side.
Yeah,
Toy
I think
with Marco
this was
there
one of those
as
weird
flag
ones
is
where
four on the trot for
this is your
T1
wing
on the back of that
condition,
timeout, looking
and
good
so
to
the one
try
over
and
towards
close on
main
this defensive
probably
side.
isn't necessary.
The op getting some value in there, the trade game as well.
But it's
An
also like
opportunity
two
for
people
Hermes
that should have been able
finding
to
the
get
gap
at
in
least
amongst the
one.
walls, but at the same time,
got
those
one.
walls are up. He's out of play.
Did he make noise in
Can't look
vents?
for the trades when his teammates start to fall.
Yeah, he might have.
Stinger by from DRX right now on this map, looking to send it straight into
Looked
your
like he
face.
rushed it a
You
little
almost
on the
feel like you gotta
replay.
bully your way back in through this wall. Now that the salvos do lock Meteor out, you will stealth drone through, TP as well. Try to establish some control in towards this site, but you're gonna have to look to go further perhaps. Freeing only
Well,
has that
second go at it.
Armageddon. The rest of your utility is pretty much null.
Yeah, I've spent so much.
A Razor to make this one
Izu does
easier.
have Dimensional Drift as well in for the retake protocols.
May as well use it. 5 versus 5. You're going to get this one started now.
Oh.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting this.
Oh.
I don't think he's been checking. Oh, no!
What a shot. I need Meteor POV on that one.
Unbelievable blunder, but also amazing from Meteor. Still, though, onto the side. The Stingers are still stinging! Somehow.
Everyone
it's
got
just
their
Buzz
ones.
left. Out from ramp, he's looking for the right angles, but running out of time as well. He's starting to feel the pressure. Lines up the first shot, unbeknownst to him, though, Bane. Now spotted at the end. They're starting to peek off one after the other. Buzz completely overwhelmed by this
Apex
DRX with
Stingers.
fully equipped Stingers.
I mean, we know who has showcased the strength of the Stingers before. And there's a reason why sometimes. He saw the body just come out of the wall. Inconsequential at the end, though, as the round does not get picked up by T1. Stingers even at a distance.
Damn nice.
Trying to wrangle that spray. Looks atrocious, but you get the job done. Doesn't matter then. 8, 2, 10, 11. Sorry.
Force him down to an eco with the lower buy. Still
Trying to find 10
doable.
first for DRX, and then you start to feel a little bit
Everyone
of
can
pressure
get one
for
shot?
T1,
Yeah.
who do go down onto a lower variety buy
Pistol
right
trap
now.
play again.
See what Buzz may be able to figure out over at the B side with Izu here.
Oh, I mean,
They will go for
DRX
that
must
more
recognize
control and
this.
put very
Get a
deep
lot of
hit
info on
over
that.
to the A site.
This is good though.
Very
Like
nice.
where they were most likely to take
Outlaw Herd as well
space.
should give them an
Insta
idea
pop
of
with the
how
smoke
DRX
and
are
Viper ult.
positioned. They start to peek out towards middle, wanting to investigate.
I mean, as DRX, you're probably just not even playing around this pit at the moment.
Viper
Go for a bit of a
ult
mid-B
on the
split.
low
That's
buy
the
when you're 11-8 up is a
general
little
situation.
questionable.
But that's the
I will say that.
expectation as well for T1. And they rotate 4 members over to this B
Wait, it
site.
wasn't the smoker
Stealth
mid.
drone gone,
Still has
Trailblazer
the
now.
smoke.
Starting to see
There's
some
Omen smoke.
minimalizations of some good utility for DRX.
Dear Faye, thanks so much for the tier 1. Appreciate the 22 mums. Thank you for that.
Alt as well. They want to execute with
Ooh,
it.
that's the
They
only
like to
gun.
At least check out towards the back, so one less problem to worry about. There goes the showstopper, Izu. Quick to respond. Buzz out from heaven has perfect line of sight.
I mean,
outside
Buzz
the
is gonna
choke
win the
point,
round
so
with ult.
DRX feels like they can't
Oh,
make it through.
excuse me.
Somehow the showstopper does not kill Mako.
Didn't go far enough, I guess.
Still alive and kicking. 20 seconds. Still looking for a way back into the site. Stacks out with the classic. Izu out from behind. Enough damage done. And this round should be gone. Not unless Mako,
He missed
truly
his
pulls
window to
off
omen ult.
a miracle. He's starting to get surrounded, Komodo.
Mate, it's 2 HP. It doesn't matter if they're whiffing their shots right now. They know exactly where he can be. They hear no TPs in towards the smoke. They know he's got to push out of this at some point in time. This is easy for Izu as he gets the 3K
Okay, they
in
get
the end.
eco'd back.
T1 will hit map point first.
Easy for Izu.
Yeah, I mean, just
Well
heavy stack on
said.
this one. They made
That's
no
just
pressure
exactly
over
how
towards
T1
middle, had
loves
full
to
info
operate,
over towards
despite
A.
having a
4-person
slightly
stack
weaker
on B
buy.
with
It's
the gun.
incredible.
It's another Thrifty at a tail end of some pretty crucial times as well, right? It was the Thrifty in the first half that kicked off the 3 in a row to end us. And that one will put them on map
Yeah,
point.
man, the no pressure on middle.
Viper's pit
Once you
making
seen a
things
Viper ult
kind of
over
out of
towards
the thought
A
process for
is
DRX to go over
really
towards
up
the A
there,
side. So they
man.
are
It's really
funneled
bad.
to try things over at B. Just does not work out. So many corners that your opponents can be dancing around, that you can angle around. Stingers put to good use.
Okay,
pistols
4.
put to good use.
Like, where do they think they're gonna be?
4 chances
Viper
here for
ult
T1
here.
to pick up this map.
You've seen someone holding the line at middle.
Really big chance, especially with the guns they have bought up
I
now.
wonder if there's gonna be 3 on B.
Now looking to take the challenge to DRX a little bit deeper than they might like. Incentivize you to have to Trailblazer or Stealth Drone to clear these corners. Prowler going to give you an idea. There can be a bit of a deeper line, so we'll go trade for trade in the drone sense of things.
And Flash being forced out as well. Nightfall now comes in.
I mean, it's a fade ult that it hits everyone.
DRX's plans. The sprays
also nice,
will
the
do
fade ult.
wonders for T1.
This is the fade
yeah.
change to the
Climbing
ult as
onto
well
two.
that
Absolutely
decays.
discombobulates you,
I
and
mean,
now
it's no
it is
longer a
flank
decay,
that
it's
is
just
starting to
permanent
close
until...
the curtains on this map, you would assume.
Is it 4
Marco
seconds?
already used from the shadows, by the way, so he
Quite a long
can't
time.
even grab that spike and get out of there anymore. You need to see shots collected for DRX here, and almost a massive fumble for T1.
Yeah, I mean, the calling on
The
attack here
only
was
shots they
was
can
pretty rough.
possibly find out from heaven. Not unless Mako can somehow, maybe string up together with them.
The pathing is the only way you get out of this for DRX at
30
the moment. The
seconds
pathing
left.
that they are taking. Eventually, Meteor will recognize this as well,
You're right.
because you've already got, what, the spawn
Doable.
being held by Izu. No smokes or anything that are deployed there. And again, you are kind of okay giving them the site right now in a 5 versus 3.
That's doable.
But Izu is going to make that even better.
Hermes gets a kill, he gets his ult.
Insurmountable odds. As soon as Meteor cleared out ramps, man, this round was
Does it just use the Teo really low win rate? Oh, dude,
just trying to hold
really
on
low win rate at the moment.
to this thread.
I don't know why people are playing it.
right now. Okay, Meteor still carefully flanking, skulking. It's not even needed. Hermes onto the site, executed
Alright.
by Izu. 13-8. T1 takes
It
away
looks,
DRX.
dude, it looked like they were lucky getting away with it, but then it just ends up looking like the better team.
Everyone kind of stepping up a little bit more so on the side of T1 this time than this side of DRX were able to. A lot of these rounds going down to the wire. A lot of chaos.
This is
thrown into
DRX's
the
map
mix in
as
a lot
well,
of them,
right?
but a lot of rounds that are kind of almost
Yeah, they
dealt
maybe
with
had to win this.
accordingly in the get-go with the information game that T1 are having there. I think we're having another scenario right now where Freeing isn't able to find as much impact with this Teo at the moment that I feel like you might want to now start to consider a bit of a change in split. No one else is really rocking this at the moment with some massive successes. Keeping a little bit more mainstream in a couple of these comps might be a bit of the better way going forwards, but it's also early days for this squad with Hermes. Not too much time to pick things up before we go into the second map pick of Bind, which is T1's
Can you rank
map
the
pick for
regions
those
at the
that might
moment?
be wondering as well. So
I
DRX,
think
they do
from what I'm
drop on their
seeing,
own choice
it's
in this
America's
series.
Pacific
See how it all
EMEA,
ends up. I mean, you're
as
absolutely
in
right with the
who I
two
have the most faith
players from DRX
that will
unfortunately
win
named.
Santiago.
We saw some moments where we do see the utility come in, but also
I haven't watched
some
China yet.
moments where unfortunately they weren't quite up to snuff.
Look, there was a lot of good decision making in this game from DRX. Do not get me wrong, but T1 had enough more where needed, and at the end of the day, that's sometimes all that you need to have happen.
Definitely, especially when you look to the top fraggers off this team right now. Buzz, Munchkin, Izu coming all up to bat. But for now, we're going to toss it back to our dashing, attractive desk, and then there's Victoria.
Yo,
Oh, the ropes. Oh, God, that stings.
I thought he was a nice one.
I know. We were just complimenting him, but yeah, he's got
We were
a...
actually just talking about how much we all love Quack and how nice he guys is, you know.
Well, I'm up. If there's a talent build diff roster, he's off of it now. He's not on it anymore.
Oh.
But for those of the talents who put Hyunmin as their duelist, it definitely paid off. And as Quack the Meanie was saying,
okay.
we had some really star moments from
We got
both
map 2 coming up,
duelists,
which
Buzz
is
and
Bind.
Hyunmin. And this is something that
And
we needed to see.
I
from
am uploading
both sides. We were
the
in fact remarking
Bird
on
map
Buzz
from
and how
the
important
GE
it
one,
was
but
for
I
him
have
to
no
step
idea if the
up. And
demo
as
is
long as he
okay
steps
or the
up,
VOD's
there's
okay.
a,
We'll
you
see.
know, a very sure chance for T1 to end up winning this all. Now, when we started this, the prediction was a bit like, okay, this is DRX's map. Like, surely this is the map they might
Furia?
end up winning out.
Yeah,
but
I get that.
obviously it didn't happen.
But
so
I
might
think
be
we
close
gotta
for it.
get on board with the fact that Furia looked good,
than
man.
T1 have. In the off-season, T1 have been solid on it. They're 3-0 with this comp. It's a comp they're very familiar playing, even going back to last year.
Yeah,
mean, split
MIBR
with
and
T1
then
is really
what
their
you'd
bread and
imagine would
butter,
be
so for DRX to bring
NRG.
this kind of
That might be
funky
pretty
double
hard.
unit comp that they've just kind of put together with Hermes on an off-roll, which went very well last time.
Yep.
This time, it looked like it was
okay, I'll be
starting
back in a
quite
little
well, but then you could see he kind of fell apart a little bit as the map went on, so maybe not having like that depth to his game, especially on that defensive side, can be tricky to kind of navigate against a double duelist. You know, if you're not comfortable on Viper and you're kind of playing that attack lurk, you might not find as much value as, you know, sitting in corners with judges.
Well, I do think also T1 dealt really well with that comp, and they did really well, especially when Teo was going for the A main drone, and he was going on a timing usually around like the 1 minute mark, and then T1 would just come back to A a lot of the time. Just every time, if they're thinking, okay, Teo just cleared everything with the drone, and he's gonna call it's weak this side. There's nothing we can shift over, and T1's coming back there. So they ended up going into the weak side, and then we saw the post plans. They had a really good success in their post plans. So if they're getting into side and is having good success on post plans, and then the retakes on the defense side looked really good as well. So T1 just looking overall way more clean. You said already, yeah, they look pretty good on split already as well in the past. So right now, I think this is more of a T1 that we've been expecting. And I think this is why they're getting paid the big bucks as well, because they're clutching and they're getting multi-frags as well, which is very difficult for DRX to deal with at the moment.
Definitely. But DRX had their own moments as well, especially with Hyunmin there getting multi-frags of his own despite not winning the round.
Yeah, both of the Razors went pretty nuclear this game, both 300 plus ACS, and Hyunmin well and truly back in form in kickoff last year, coming in as a rookie, arguably the rookie of the year here in Pacific, although I don't believe he actually won it at the end of the day. He was my rookie of the year at least. He started off the tournament on Raze on Lotus, and I feel like ever since I saw him play that game, I knew he was sick at the agent, and you've seen him put on an absolute clinic here on Split as well.
Yeah, this performance at Champs also really showed that he can do it against top opponents. So I don't think there should be too much doubt on him, especially after maybe the first series, he wasn't too hot. Since then, he's been looking really good.
Yeah, but on the side of T1, like you said, this was just the cleaner win ultimately, and I think it's because we have multiple people stepping up to the plate here really well, from Izu and Munchkin's clutches, especially on attack side.
I mean, this clutch really set the tempo. DRX should have won this round. It would have been 2 apiece. They would have broken T1's economy, and that could have been a different story. Here's Munchkin with another 3K, ending up winning a 1v1, which continues to stream T1 ahead. Another 1v1 won by Izu towards the latter stages of the game. So you see, T1 is a team that's famed for having players who are big game players, who can come up clutch time and time again, and you saw a lot of T1 multi-frags and BS in that game to make the difference. But I will agree with you. I think towards the later end of that game, things were very back and forth initially. It was like 8-8, 7-7. But right at the end of the game, they had a very clean streak of rounds, which weren't necessarily down to individual plays as much as they were down to macro.
But that is a big difference, though. Remember, we spoke so much about when they played against Nongshim. Those rounds were going all the way of Nongshim, right? We talked about all the clutches. Nongshim kept winning so many clutches, and T1 looked kind of out of it. And I think if we replay the same thing, and DRX have the clutches that T1 had, right? If they have that Izu clutch, which is at such a pivotal moment in the defense half for them, if it goes the other way in that 1v1 as well on the B side, I think maybe DRX have a good chance of winning that map. So winning those rounds and having your players really clutch up in those moments, it's so important. And that's why we see at the moment, Nongshim is already, they're trying to go to Santiago right now. And for T1, if they're trying to go to Santiago, they need these moments to happen. Because if the margin's so small against the teams, pistols and clutches, sometimes that's what it comes down to.
I mean, they won a Masters event off of those things largely last year, so...
It's true. I mean, not to take away from the Brilliant Trophy win, but yes, that was a large contributor to it. But Ewok, you were also talking, we were discussing this a bit, the double duelist versus the single duelist, that T1 actually was swapping around with this a bit, and it looks like this is what has been working for them.
Yeah, for them, I think at the moment it looks really good, and then also specifically for this map, when the matchup goes when they're playing the double duelist against the DRX comp, where they're playing this double initiator, I think it works really well for them because they feel comfortable how to play against it. They've played it in the past. So I think for them, if they can just take from experience, which they do have, and that's the big talking point we spoke about. That's why they have stacks on the roster, right? That's why potentially DH is not here, because they are trying to take from experience. So I think potentially that's how the roster is coming out. So I'm expecting them to see them take that experience from the past and bring it in.
I mean, that's definitely the point, right, of having a super team, is for the experience, if not some superstar rookies. But they're definitely going the experience route. Now, Bind is going to be the second map, and T1 has picked this map. They have a good history here, so how are you guys feeling about how Bind, especially for T1?
Yeah, I mean, they could definitely win the series here. They did win against Genji just the other day, although Buzz didn't have the best of times on the Waylay. They were still able to get the game across the line in pretty clean fashion. DRX have also beat Valorant pretty hard on this map as well quite recently, so it's not like this is a terrible map. These two teams are very familiar with each other, even with their current iterations. I mean, this is one of the more, not necessarily T1 DRX. I mean, you could argue org-wise, Genji DRX would be towards the end of the tournament, but these players in particular are so familiar with each other and so familiar with each other's styles that, I don't think you're necessarily going to get hard read on a map here or there.
Familiar with the comps as well, right? And that's, once again, it all points back to pistols, clutches, right? Those big game moments where you have a multi-frag that we saw from T1 mostly in the previous one. So I think we're going to have to look out on Bind for those moments again, because those moments are going to change the map and change the series outcome.
This must be very exciting for T1. With all the experience playing against each other, again, T1 has never beat DRX, and they are one map away from doing so. So I think they want to do everything in their power to finish this match here.
Yeah, so let's see what these two teams come up comp-wise on Bind. Previously, you did have DRX playing the double duelists, I believe, and it does seem like they're going to stick to it. It is the Raze Yoru, so a bit more of a kind of standardized comp that many teams are running, and DRX are going to start on the attacking side by their own choice.
T1 also been looking really good on this composition as well. Actually really like Meteor on the Viper. We got absolutely terrorized by Meteor on the Viper on this map in the past. It's just, we couldn't deal with him. You think usually the Yoru is going to be the issue of just solo walking you and getting those first kills. For us it was Meteor doing the same thing, and for me sometimes he just gets absolutely unleashed on the Viper. So right now DRX need to be a little bit careful.
You know, I really appreciate you being here, Ewok, and you know, not soon after reliving your traumas as our queue against these teams. With that, we
So many.
are, I know, thank you for sharing it, but we are going to be sending it over to the casters and seeing if T1 can have their very first win against DRX in Pacific.
Like the desk mentioned,
All right.
could it be? There's a real potential for it to happen right here.
Binds.
Mirror Comp's all about as
Yeah,
well.
I'm a little worried
Well,
for
except for one,
DRX
right?
now.
The waylay for the Razor. We'll see what is going to happen with this one. I think for me, extending on what Ewok is saying, if Meteor is going to get the better of them on this Viper right now, is it going to be an extinction level event? Because Paper X is also around the corner, so we're going to have to see if that's going to come out to play again. That is going to be a fun one regardless of which way this plays out. DRX, as also highlighted, opting to start on the attacking
T1
side.
on
We'll see
defense,
if they are
DRX
going to be
on
able to
attack.
dictate the pace here or not.
What comps we got?
Just the result that we just
Double
saw
duel
on
list.
Split, not quite the
Double
one
duel.
that they would have wanted.
Him.
They are hanging loose though. I mean, just T1 pushed all the way down, found there's a lot
Oh,
of
this
info.
is a nice
It's all the
pistol.
information that you need to figure out
Is
this
the
round.
fade
Double flank
consider?
happening at
I
the
don't
moment
think so.
that
They're here
Bane
so fast.
is going to have a field day in trying to figure out, and it's just going to be the wrong situation for him
Ooh.
at the moment. Or is it Marco?
Interesting.
Aware.
Ooh.
We'll just find the first blood.
Ah, with that on top of it.
Should he expect another?
Well, he is.
Meanwhile, though, it's just up towards Bath. It's a big splash.
Oh boy.
Out for DRX. They're the ones who come
Well.
out on top of this little exchange.
Yeah, Marco was absolutely aware.
It's
they
kind
say
of crazy that
gonna
he's
be
that
improbable
he's
there.
that on top of it, and he's like that.
And you don't even need to care about
Honed in
Meteor
and
this round
focused this
either.
insta
Frank
pop
hanging
of the
around
peak
to
as well.
dispatch of him. It is a pistol round that goes DRX's way.
Yeah, I'm impressed with
in a
that
bit of
one.
an unorthodox fashion. They plant their feet, they hit the shots. And they're on the
Plant that
attack.
feet is the one that I'm really thinking about. I mean, familiarity on both sides for DRX to play this passive, this time working out for them.
Yeah, caught in a reload, caught with knife out.
Well, not
a
having
little
it.
bit problematic
Yeah,
at the
dude, if
end
he
there
had to
for T1.
IGL
But
and
early
he's thinking about
esports.
the rounds, he's not fully ready for that. I agree. Might be the best example.
T1 should be somewhat discouraged from continuing to
Again, a little
explore
low
too
on
much
this
now.
one.
I mean, we have double duelist on both of these sides, and we still
Sure.
play 95%.
A little bit lower than what people buy.
Yeah, well, Korean teams, what are you going to do? And at the same time, it is relatively early, but just not having the arsenal for this upcoming round, hoping that DRX walks into their right clicks.
Yeah, 1:10-minute mark when the gate crashes usually expire. Going for a play. Great allocation from Hermes.
Headshot, of course.
Paint shells as well, just to clear
Jesus.
out
Big shot.
initial position, shall we say. Mollies and seizes to cover. It does, well, is a little bit telling while they do get the spike down. T1 still looking for the opportune moment.
And I don't really think it's going to come when you consider it as just the classics at the moment, unless there is a huge slip-up from DRX.
Surely not. Sky Smokes looking to retake. It's just
This is nice from this is nice from DRX though. Smokes come in and they're just like, good dude.
Yeah, well, again, gotta
We don't
remember
want to
as
get in
well,
that
we have
situation
seen
when they're
Bind
tapping the
already
spike
between
and
both
holding
of
the
these,
smokes.
teams. It was the
Instant
one
shot
for
call
DRX
is to
that
just
they
swing the
managed to
smoke
find
straight away, guns out.
victory in against Varel for the
Good for them.
decider. That was quite destructive attacking side at half as well in a 9-3. And for T1, I mean, they did technically best Gen G. How do we feel about
Oh,
that? Gen
that
G
helps a little.
currently as well, trying to, you know, integrate Zinx and figure things out with Blakia taking reins and stuff. So it's a very interesting time for a lot of the teams in Pacific.
Trying time, perhaps. They're looking to earn their spots in the middle bracket now. DRX could get knocked down. T1 with the buys this time.
Yep, playing a 2-3 with your Yoru at quick rotate, if required, towards the B site. Eventually to expire, and a pop flash play in the shower. The Hermes does escape in.
Turned away so he doesn't get hit by a headshot, but still, the rest of the team looking
Whoa,
to explode
nice
off
shot,
of it.
man.
Unfortunately, quickly caught. Meteor,
There's 3 of them
Munchkin,
shooting
they're
at
all
him. That was a
prepared.
little
All
bold.
the mollies at the right spot.
Yeah, Hellman gets smacked there. Naughty on that one. Don't do it again. Player advantage for T1 coming in towards the bonus round of DRX. You've got a bit of spotting from Bane over through B long. You've got the B site. Sorry, from Stacks. You've got the B side of Buzz being held. They're going to have a bit of a challenge at the moment. Technically, it is spotting from Bane at B long as well. It's a little bit
Prowler
premature.
spot. Rotate goes out.
Information nonetheless, and trying to work off of it. Buzz
30 seconds left. Doing a thing.
trying to go off for a quick peek here and there.
It's a nice try
back
from
into
Mako. I
safety.
like the
He's got
idea.
what he's looked for. Meteor, the rest of the team arrived.
It's an insanely
Just
clean
enough for the
round.
flawless to come through.
Yeah, from the original kill, you wait for quite a while, and then they all happen almost
They have the wall
simultaneously.
here. Should you ever be dashing high
We're
up?
get a lot of rounds like this, perhaps.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen all the time.
Also,
Yeah,
why is
it's about
the
wait and see.
wall not up for
No
that play?
bonus rounds secured by the team that finds the pistol and the second thus
Sick
far
shot.
in this series.
DRX being able to buy up now.
We'll see where they want to try and lean things at the moment too for the Showers control and a bit of a crunch
Fade
play.
eye so we can get
Well
to the
facilitated
angle.
by TI.
Oh my.
Buzz and Izu,
Little
the
double.
duels get
Oh,
the
they're still
job done.
going?
Even bloody hungry for some more.
Jesus.
Saturated.
Oh,
in.
that's-
Marco should
oh
be
my
dead.
goodness.
Flash to add insult to injury. And the round is done.
That's securing a kill.
Ridiculously dead.
That is for
Ryan.
sure.
That's a hell of a
That was-
play.
that looked fun to watch, though. That was
Continuing to
awesome.
peek out B-long as well. There's just no chance, no opportunity for any of the DRX players. I mean, Bane's just twiddle thumbs.
They got destroyed. Just bullying.
Whatever
Yeah,
they're
man.
saying,
It's like, thanks for showing us how to play this combo. Don't know why you don't play it anymore. Look how strong it is.
Nah, don't really need the time for that one. Another very clean round to come through from T1 with a very
Our
decisive game plan
level
call
good,
off the
man.
rip.
Level good.
See, DRX playing out these defaults, playing out for a little bit of the Showers control. If you do have these calls, right,
Yeah,
and
they
ready,
have a
you've got
chance
so
of
many
going on a
different
run,
options in how
for
to
sure.
deploy this utility as well.
Just
When
gotta
the
get
Auras are
a
going through the
bit of belief,
Showers, when
bit of
you've got the
momentum.
Waylay going through the teleporter.
Are they making a run? I think they're getting like 3 wins.
We're just bouncing them off the floor. It's looking all good.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure they're going all the way. I had belief they would go all the way at the beginning.
Next round up, though,
Don't know, man.
this is where you find yourself a bit of half-buy, Stinger, Bucky.
Not sure they're going all the
I mean,
way.
it can always be a bit of a hazardous round, but it really kind of needs to be layered well by DRX, and so far it's not.
Especially not when Meteor is just able to go off of swings like that. Buzz sets up, refresh back. The rest of the
Nice
team
info, though.
is, meanwhile, layered for T1.
Feels a little risky,
Outside
but-
Bats, they are watching.
What happened to GE? They kind of just got outclassed on 2 maps. I think they... Honestly, I think they got wrecked on the veto.
See what can potentially come out
I think
from
they
that weapon.
thought their split was good because they played 2 teams that like to face them, so that none of their weaknesses got
Covering
exploited.
all
And then they
bases
kind of played against a team that
potential and
played well
rotate
against it, and they didn't
potential as well.
really... I mean,
Munchkin
it shows that the
position
comp
just
isn't
can't-
great, in my opinion.
Not to mention the high-low.
To be honest with you, though, Munchkin's position is the one, if out of any, you kind of have the most favor on if you grouped up as T1, but you're never really going through the cave at this moment in time.
It's a fair
30
assessment.
seconds
I
left.
think Paybrex will bounce back.
DRX still
They should.
relatively pinned down now, just going for a wild
It's just a little
swing,
worrying that you
hoping
see
for the
2
best.
games from them
Does
that
reap them some reward.
both had different errors.
What more? With 20 seconds left, the off angle on an outlaw held by Easer.
Yeah, just hits him in the
Okay,
hand.
give me the big buy round.
Counts as a kill. Take it at the end of the day. T1 will find the round in, again, another kind of unanimated round after the initial fights.
Isn't it hard for a team
See
losing
what
the best
damage
best,
that
losing the fast
DRX
best of
gonna be able
5
to
and then
come
they got to
out
play
with,
back
and
to
then we
back?
wait
Yeah.
for the rounds to
But
essentially meet its natural
don't
conclusion.
lose the fast best of 5.
But within that damage, we'll see if it's going to have an impact or 2.
Timeout.
Get a little bit closer to some of the ults as well for the players that get the kills, for the players that meet demise. Timeout for DRX at the same time as last map.
Oh, you're
Got a
right.
different scoreline.
Well,
The way T1
around
are
this time
handling
around the last map,
DH is so
it did
crazy.
end in a
Why is no one
75.
talking about it? What do you mean?
We'll see.
Isn't he just on the bench?
Because T1 is just fearless with how some of these players are beginning to peek out, swing out.
Just feels like we know.
Is he in the academy
don't
team?
really see any initial business at the B site just yet from
What's,
DRX.
what's
Want
bad about
to
that?
Kind of see as a bit more norm. Because there's a lot of options when you're running a comp like this as well, right? How you want to just get your prowlers in, your boombots to follow, these sort of things. How you're getting this Yoru play in. Going to be super amount of options that DRX can do with a slight different flavor as opposed to what T1 will with the Waylay. Operator's going to come out for Izu this time. You got to drift.
I mean,
and
if he gets
convergent
offers,
pass
they'll
play
probably be
available
tempted to
too,
sell him.
Should you need
Doesn't sound
a
that bad.
retake.
I feel like
Start
without
maybe
seeing the
I am
contract,
gonna
you're not
get,
just guessing.
See a little bit more action nice and early over at the B side of the map. A longer play down and deep. Haunt destroyed off on the line. And the success rate is... good.
Oh,
Nice. No
bang
trade?
on, Komodo.
Ooh,
He's
big
hunting down
trade.
for a second, but that's where
Dude,
Hyunmin will shut him
Hyunmin
up.
is just
Yep.
mechanically so good and so
Too
confident
eager
as
for
well.
that. And who would you rather see fall in this situation? Izu for T1 or Bane for DRX? I feel like Bane being alive might have needed to be a little bit more worked on. At least you get the space up long for DRX now. You've got nothing in towards Hookah, however.
Thinking about him.
I'm
They also do have-
I'm looking at the radar, mate. Look
Yeah,
what's
two
happening
players in
inside the A
lamps.
site. We've got 2 players in lamps.
That's
Are
crazy.
they aware of Meteor's flank? This is what you're checking for at the moment as the Drifter. You're
It's a
clearing
good
out
Yoru.
the teleporter is safe, and now it's the time for Meteor to activate super early.
Freeing,
which I believe
yeah, he
Freeing
does. I
has
think he already
actually
spotted him.
as well. So you probably
What
wanna
plant
be
do they
triple
get? Take
planting,
back a
flipping the
site?
map.
Ah, dude, they handled this
Taking out Meteor
round pretty
before you
well.
even go
Apart
for
from
that one is
Mako,
nice,
that
but
is
you
not
don't
how you
even do
handle
that.
it.
Mako falls.
Crazy shot
It
from
was
Meteor, but at
really
least
good
the
until
shells
Mako
were
started doing all
there.
this.
Unfortunately, though, that means they do lose a bit of initiative.
Well, this is just going to be a Buzz Convergent pass over towards the Lamps angle if
gotta
I've
be.
ever seen one.
Perfect line for it as well. The Prowler, initial scouting. And now it just
Site.
goes off to the half of the site. Munchkin coming through off of it as well. Buzz able to relay forward after Stacks has fallen. Only one left is Freeing with 0 util. He's hiding inside of the smoke, hoping to be able to spring forward as Spike gets tabbed. He just goes off all of a sudden, and that's where he takes down Buzz. Still full health.
Why he thinks he's left
Munchkin
side?
fires off a warning shot onto that shorty. Comes back
And then
in
his
on a
team had to
different
tell him
angle, but
right.
Freeing still
Dude, how
snaps
are-
on.
I'm
The
so
Red
confused
Bull
about so much of
clutch
this
for
round.
DRX.
Timeout feeling more favorable for them. So they
How did
are
he go
going
through the
to
smoke,
love
crouch, and
that
win the
one
duel?
in the piece at the moment. As the Red Bull clutch comes on out. Your own timeout working a treat. T1, I felt like it was going to be a good retake. I felt like Meteor was red, dropping the Brimstone. You're losing
that's
access
that's
to
a
some coast plate users,
criminal
orbital
first
strikage
kill.
as well. So I actually thought
Holding
T1 were
smoke,
kind
he
of
loses
in the right
that.
positions, especially
What
with
did he
that
hit?
convergent
One bullet,
path.
2 bullets, body
It was
shots.
a 2v1 at the end as well. Just
Yeah.
Freeing being insane.
Good clutch rate.
Well, upcoming round now, DRX go back to holding
Okay,
out
close round, so the money
defaults.
gets really low. Could maybe have some drops there.
To hopefully avoid Izu, perhaps.
Well, the operator out again, of course, so you want to try and figure out where he's going to be positioned in a line that Hermes needs to first and foremost be aware of. Push Stacks back, just with the presence of destroying the Prowler and a progressive smoke of your own. There's Izu. I mentioned Hermes had to be careful of it.
Good, he might have another here.
Freeing as well on the chopping board.
You know there's an op
Dice
over
up.
towards middle and you just dry
Second one,
face.
Buzz at the
No
same
wall
time
up.
also went peeking a little bit outside the teleporter. Not seeing too much outside of A short.
Does
should
freeing not look
inform T1 as to
insanely
where DRX
uncomfortable right now?
You got the rotations
This
already
is
starting
2
to
big
come
buy
from T1
rounds
as
where
well. Some extra time being
the
called
wall
by
just
the
hasn't
being
gone up in
deployed.
situations the wall
Which
has
you
to
just
go
have
up.
to disrespect here.
This
Got
one to
faded,
make
what,
him
the
scared
15
over
second
towards
mark,
mid to make him
essentially.
take the
You're not waiting for 15
TP. You have to
seconds go,
wall
you're
up
calling
here.
it early, you're at
Raise
deficit here.
exec over towards short, no wall up.
Unfortunately, they didn't do that, so T1
That's straight through smoke.
look to close in on the angles. Not even able to break out of Garden. Just Hyunmin.
And this is going to be massive as well for T1. The fact that they hold onto the pit, they hold onto the dimensional drift, build up to closer
Nice
towards
shot,
a
man.
couple of the extra ultimates.
I mean,
Buzz
that's it. See if you can hold onto the
is
gun.
a little bit too hungry for that one. As Hyunmin
DRX,
will
the
try and
classic.
hold
They
on
win
to
one,
the
they lose the
weapon,
next.
bring a showstopper into
And
the
they
next round
kind of
to
want to
hold on.
swing
We've got a
this
lot of
guy.
ultimates the DRX use as well.
Very
And for
nice. That's
poor
a
old Hyunmin,
huge kill at
caught
the end.
just at the
They
tail
got
end
no
of the
money.
next round.
No money and 4 ults. What a
No
nightmare.
access to that gun. Yeah, Hermes shoulder peeking out. Definitely feels like you're angling to try and remove this operator from Izu if he's able to find some great comfort on this Yoru op.
Not going to happen anytime soon, though. Sheriffs.
2 sheriffs,
Couple of
that's
sheriffs
it.
for DRX.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why there was such importance on holding on to that
Yeah.
weapon, right?
You
Having
have drama
something
with
to be able
Shanks.
to
Dude, what
utilize
is
in this
what is
round
going
to
on
beat
here?
them
Why do
first.
people keep
34
asking this?
second, Buzz
I feel like I've
gets
missed
all the
something
extra
huge.
information. Kaleidoscope's back.
It's like the 5th guy that's asked this. What have I missed, chat?
I was hoping for a little bit more. Damn.
It's just pistols.
I thought people were trolling me,
Good
but
time
there
to
has
go
to be
fishing.
something.
Uh,
He called you a
or
nerd?
not.
I mean, that's a compliment.
We've already caught a couple. Excuse me. Jump spot out towards B as well.
See if you
Yinsu's
can
been
find
instigating.
Munchkin if he gives his head open.
Says you snitched on him.
Fight,
Is this
but
because I went on stream and I saw that they weren't on their thing? And I said I won't raid them.
Is freeing, is getting toyed with.
I'm not going
by
to raid
Buzz.
someone that's at the gym,
Some
man.
happy feet action. And he was indeed too close to the edge.
Enemy remaining.
And now you just know where the last guy is as well, Mako. That's
It's
a
Yinsu's
nice
fault.
little way to say hello to your ex-teammate.
Okay.
Another flawless round to come through from
Guess we know who we're
T1, though.
raiding
They are
today,
certainly
man.
starting to man-handle DRX on this map.
Project
Need to
Horizon. No
find a
more
way to
raids
get
for
back into
Yinsu.
it.
Perhaps find a way to deal with the early round pressure.
Then we got to
Easy
raid the
on
number
operator.
1
Buzz potentially going all
China
around.
watch party.
I mean, it's
Project
It's
Horizon.
the age-old thing about Biome, isn't it? When you're playing a composition that only has a slight little change in a duelist here or there, it plays the exact same as it always does.
She
in these
said
ranked
Shanks
comps.
lost co-streaming
It's just
rights
how you
because of
finding
you.
opening
What?
engagements and not slipping up for the
Bro, he's
remainder
literally
of these
streaming
rounds.
the
Speaking of the
games.
opener for this time, it's the old Paper X type
That's a
of
sick play, by the way, with the
Holds
flash
over
at the top.
deeper
That's so
smoke. A
sick.
different little look because it's not the double play down, but it looks a little bit cooler. With
Yeah, the flash fade eye dash
refractability
down smoke. That's so
that Buzz
nice.
has to get out of there.
Dude, big round to do it on as well.
So
Big
well,
buy
I
round. They're
mean,
going up against a
bang
lot of
on
ults, so they go
again.
aggro. Mate, T1 are getting better and better each
And
time.
now what do you do as DRX? It's a copy-paste scenario from the past couple of rounds. This time it's just not the operator that's opening up the situation for T1 to try and close.
It's tough. Yeah, it feels like you do have to just kind of wait out the early portion of the round, but at the same time, that costs you quite a bit. Meanwhile,
That's
for
so weird.
T1, the way that they're executing
I mean,
these
If I wanted to, you could actually just look at
Yeah,
the watch
always
party
so
rules.
well-rehearsed.
The
Every
thing I talked about
co-streamer
earlier
breaks
as
the
well,
watch
right?
party
You're
rules.
playing a double
But I couldn't
duelist
care
deployment
less, man.
when you're
Like,
doing
they're just
something
doing
a
their
little
own
more
thing.
aggressive and trying to
That
maximize those
feels
sort
so
of
weird,
potentials.
bro.
The Yoru with
I
their
just don't
exit
want to raid
ability,
people
and
that
Wele
aren't
with their exit ability does.
watching the games.
Perfect time to do that when DRX start to feel like they've got an idea of what's happening at the beginning of these rounds. Getting the operators on the
30
line,
seconds
that
left.
doesn't come out. There's a different look to it. Catches them completely off guard. And they have
Dude,
to
I
just
knew
go for the
something was
save,
happening. It's so weird that everyone was
try
saying
at
that.
it again. This is the situation where I think to myself as
Munchkin's starting to feel
DRX,
comfy. This was a
do
really
you
nice
consider
round
a
from them.
second time out in the first half, knowing that
10
you are
seconds
a
left.
map down,
My ult is ready.
knowing that this attacking side of yours, you know,
Yeah, this was a
you
sick
want to
round.
get further than in this current path.
It's a good
9-3.
question. It's a
Drama
very big
farming.
conundrum. I mean,
Yeah, apparently so,
oh
man.
my goodness,
Jesus.
if you were Termi, what would you do? Your opponents just doubled up your score as well, but you kind of feel like you might need to, because if you don't, you're just going to start to lose it lose grip of it even further. It's going to start to slip further away and away.
Well, the save call of 3 there is the right call at the end of the day for DRX to be able to have another
Yeah.
challenge and go at it without needing that coach intervention. But you do start to wonder, how long do you hold on to it? Because if it is something like 9-3, you
okay.
drop that pistol in secondary round, well, that might just be the series, and you're down into the elimination
Lot of ults
station.
again, and they're going to be scared that they're going to do something aggro.
Oh, elimination station. I like that. Well, we also do have ultimates slowly coming up online now for almost everyone, once again.
Izu can be a bit self-sufficient, send out the clone to be played, get yourself on the offline, flashes and gate crash to get out of dodge as well. Needs some teammates to assist him potentially, but does just do it by himself, and he can even go at it again. Didn't retreat completely to A, still here to reinsert himself.
We got a long pressure.
DRX have for their control.
In reaction, my Viper kind of looks...
Try
oh my...
walks in, catching
Wow.
Hermes.
Dude, the confidence is outrageous here. I thought the Viper was going to push through, but...
And the rotation's already
He's
coming
walked through his own
because
Viper wall.
You just found what the kind of play was.
Dude, they're playing with so much confidence.
Virgin paths to scout.
Perfect timing on the dimensional drift to figure out if it was
Yeah,
an
and
angle
I
for a little
think
bit of
he
a
didn't
later
see him in the
B lean
smoke,
or
but he saw the
figuring
guy
out
deep.
it's
Oh no, he's pinging
You're
it.
trying to keep many T1
saw
members
both.
over at this A site right now as DRX. 30 seconds
Big
to
duel
go.
at long here. This is the spike on its own.
Bully yourself through stacks.
Face your fear.
Who's looking to redeem himself as well. Does back away off of the initial
That's
angle,
unlucky,
but falls
26
to Showstopper
HP.
at the end. Quick rotations coming through now from T1.
And Freeing has to take
Does
that
Buzz
TP
wanna ult and
really
they go all
early
in
to
for
not
it?
Play a little bit of a flanking rotator perhaps, because the pit is what you want to be deployed on towards the site. So it's good awareness that you
Dude, he
need to bring that
saturated him
over.
and his
It's an even
teammate.
better incendiary from
And they
Munchkin,
still
though,
get the kill.
cooking Hyunmin alive.
Painful.
Pit for pit and Waylay out going in.
That's
Covers so
nice
much
though.
as well,
Jump in the corner to
as
make sure they
Bane
can
just
trade it
hope
out.
to look for as many kills as possible, spamming through. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be the trade, and at the same time, for Freeing to spring his trap, Mako managing to hold his own. Time ticking away. T1 just hoping to be able to find Freeing at the right time, but Freeing goes off again.
Whoa,
Munchkin gets the
Munchkin,
kill
he
at the
hit
end.
some big
Sticks
kills
the
there.
defuse. It's a different outcome this time.
That's too many ults
Munch
done,
King
man.
in that moment for the 3K.
It's too much. Was it 3 ults into
Not
1 round they still
sold
lost, or
too
was it
hard
4?
on sticking
Viper
around
ult as
for
well,
A.
4. Oh boy.
A necessary requirement, though, for the chances of DRX to get Freeing into the site to put that pit down, but in the tail end execution of trying to protect the spike, does not work out in amongst the goo on the site. Quick shoot and crosshair placement in the end to get the job done. 7-3 stingers for DRX. And a bit of a pacier one perhaps up through A short required. As Izu with the operator. An opportunity. He can have at it again, being at the right spot.
His teammates all around him as well. Ultimate's still online too, and it's just going to be further
Ooh.
shots being found.
Oh,
Picture
God.
perfect, sharp and precise.
Nice
Big
shots,
shooting gallery
man.
out here.
Yeah, this is looking pretty
Especially
done.
with the guns that unfortunately DRX had. It's just Bane left with a little water gun. Squirt, squirt. It's going to pick up an upgrade. But he's still got a lot more to do.
I'll let you say that if they're using the Blast X skin, but they're not.
Yeah.
Or the Blood Blood land.
Or Neptune.
Yeah, Blood Blood.
Would have been nice, but either way, this
T1
is
good?
pretty
T1
much
look good
a
on this map.
non-deal
Yeah, yeah.
victory.
Yep. And this
Um,
is why
the only
I
thing that's
draw
like
back
really
earlier
worrying me
on
for
as
DRX
well.
is Freeing his
Are you
Viper at the
deploying
moment.
a secondary
So much,
timeout in this half or not?
So many times
To have
where
another chat
he's not doing the
as
right
DRX,
stuff.
because it could go to
This was a fine one,
9-3
but-
the way they are playing. Well, T1, they
It's great
are playing
shots.
this defensive side.
I guess then perhaps for the DRX coaching
Is T1 a
staff to put
super
little bit
team?
more stock in their defensive
I mean, on paper,
side. If
it's
that
up there.
doesn't work out, then, oh boy,
They're getting better week after week. They look way better.
Last round and a half.
nerve-wracking.
You got to try and break this streak here.
What is this
9-3,
one?
More problematic than an 8-4
Big miss.
always, but we'll have to wait and see.
Oh,
what
he got
does
away
happen.
with it.
Operator rings out. Zach's pressured out of Hookah. Does have an answer with the Nightfall. You've also got the orbital strike from Munchkin. Izu. Not so much as dropping the ball in that situation. It just rolls a little bit for him to recollect.
I think when a Genji or DRX was signed
Then for
Foxy
DRX,
9.
the thing, like,
Don't really
is he
understand the
still
Foxy
gonna
9
be
stuff,
looking
to be
around the corner
honest.
somewhere on this side, or should we go
Gets
somewhere
dropped a lot.
else?
No matter where.
That
you
raises
have to
question
consider
marks.
Every angle dirty. You have to clear everything right now.
It always takes up so much time. Look at Buzz.
Yeah, well, Hermes is going to probably Pinocchio around the corner with this operator. And it might very well be Buzz to find it. That's the clone. Shot, baited in. Can Hermes find the very important kill right now? Yes, he can.
Center mass. perfect square on. Instant reaction with the orbital strike from Munchkin, however, so it does buy a little bit of time for the rest of T1 to get in close enough. Nightfall as well. Stacks.
No way,
landing a
Stacks
shot
wrecked
backside.
him through the smoke just as he's
Rest
about to
DRX
flash out
break
for his
on
team
them.
to swing.
Wait through all of these flames.
It's a really
so that you
important
are
kill,
gonna be
and he
able to
got so
carry
much
on. All the
info
health
for the
comes
ult.
on back right now, and it is going to be a
Pretty
scrappy
hard for
fight
them to plant.
for the plant to go
Well, it
on
was
down.
pretty hard for them to
Not gonna
plant,
feel
but the
denied, though.
Vipers
And
on
neither side has any
walkabouts
more
with the
utility
Viper Molly.
left, so it all comes down to the angles.
And he didn't Viper
Peeks,
Molly, so they must
smokes,
kind of...
Just
Well,
waiting.
I don't know if they know where he is.
Very late flank from Meteor here too, by the way.
To work out time correctly, but for now, DRX able to stand tall with the angles being held. Bane, Hyunmin, Mako, and all that's left. Meteor, fortunately, took a little bit too long, just as you mentioned, Komodo.
And not
I got
opting to
drawn
go
with
for a
Foxy 9
3-2-1
too,
team
yeah.
Together, play for the round,
I got drawn
play
with
for the
everyone, man.
spike, maximize your chances here as DRX to, well, gather a very, very required round. 8-4, as I said, necessary here in terms of a 9-3. And Meteor, well,
Dude,
I thought
if,
for a second we're gonna be padding
I mean,
some
if Meteor
stats
just
to go
plays
and
with his
save
team,
up
they
for
win
the
that
next
round.
half, but we do all end.
Switching sides.
And it is the 8-4 scoreline here that DRX, again, desperately needed.
Better than 9-3 at the very least, and well, would you look at that? Hermes is the one who was somehow, somewhat able to be the one to open things up.
I mean, it was very required, right? When you got that solo line, if you're playing that Yoru kit, use that clone to its best potential, which he does to then find Buzz, and the rest of the squad can really focus on trying to establish a
Right.
spike plant. Flip it up. Map pick of T1 right now, leading by
Brad,
4.
if we get another map,
Pistol
we'll do it.
round could start to be the deal sealer. Otherwise, if it goes DRX's
My
way,
impression is Bane is an IGL.
starts
It's
to
getting
maybe
there.
breathe
They're
some
still,
life back into them
like, that
because they are
attack
needing
split
some
wasn't
resuscitation
great,
here
man.
on this map.
It needs some time. What's
Especially
the
on
Foxy
defensive
9 law? I
side,
mean,
they
we're just
did
saying
hold
that
on to that
he's
timeout,
been in quite a
I
few teams and
suppose,
dropped,
for
so
this crucial juncture.
that's normally not a good
'Cause
sign.
if not, this is where, unfortunately, DRX will get sent to the lower bracket. T1 just outperforming them on most aspects, especially in this first half.
Well, I know Victoria said a
Sideshow
little bit
drama?
earlier for
Yeah.
anyone of us,
He was
keeping track
playing
of our little
Pokemon on
mini game that
stream,
we've got
so
over here in
I went to
VCT
Riot and
Pacific
told
the
them
build diff. Buzz on top
now
for
he's
split.
not allowed on
They
broadcast
put in
ever
some
again.
Good efforts for T1 right now on this map as well
Did you have Buzz?
with that Waylay.
Did you have Buzz?
Yeah.
Okay, very happy.
Deserved,
Okay, I
yeah.
see you. I can't remember what I had. I think I had May. Unlucky.
I
Probably
took
gonna
personal
be
offense by the
bottom place
Pokemon
again.
playing.
Well, we'll see as we head back into the
No, I
second
didn't.
half.
Okay.
Oh. Well, it's not too bad. Not too bad. We'll
I had
see.
like 3 comps I was deciding on. These
Right.
guys, they only have 1 comp. They play it again. But now are they actually playing it in the second half here? See what the differences are going to look like right now with a very stalled.
How am I involved in
start.
drama? Dude, that's what I mean, man. Don't wanna quote Trump or anything, but it does feel like
looking at
fake
my
news,
watch.
man.
Or
Kind
well,
of spreading the
round
lies out here.
I mean, these teams probably need to do that as well from history. But we'll wait and see. Prowler to push back in Hookah. Spike looking to lean towards this A side at the moment, where by timing,
Now
Hermes
you're
is gonna have to
cancelled.
make sure
There's a
he's
step
aware
too
of
far.
gate crash,
Yeah.
maximizing with the frenzy in close proximity. Blind side as well.
Let it expire.
50 seconds to
go.
go. Buzz full util classic.
Oh, wow, in with the saturate. Hermes, though, able to respond, just stopping Izu as he tried to pass. Gunman now springing forward, finds 2 shots into his opponent's back of skulls.
Do they know that Munchkin is already here, sneaking through triple? They do not, but now aware. 1 versus 3, turn 1 versus 2, plant to be established.
Spike planted.
Look at him, though. Sneaky beaky. Does Munchkin expect
Better wait
to
out the smoke.
manage to back off just in time? It has to anticipate a possible double swing. Just continuing to watch his smoke, or at least to obfuscate himself away from the angle.
what a
Finds the
shot.
first pop. And here comes
that's
free.
unlucky,
He was
man. The shots
crouched.
were
He
the
just gets on
shots
the
were
right
nice
line.
here.
In the passive play, taking the fight, knowing that his opponent might read into that being a bit of a fake tap. Talked previously about the difference that a 9-3 would be in this map as opposed to an 8-4. Gathering that pistol round starts to make you assume that things can get a bit closer now.
And by the
Any
way,
clue why DRX stopped running the
better
Waylay
missiles
Yoru?
all.
It's kind of what DRX do. They work out the best way of using something that looks insanely broken, and then the next time you see them, they stop using it.
So a bit of
They
a breath
qualified
of
to the
fresh
Fast
air
Masters
buying
using
up now.
Teo, then just stopped using it for some reason.
But also back
In
to
Masters.
the defensive systems, the defensive defaults, perhaps.
In Champs, they get top 4 by using the broken combo.
Hero gun for Buzz.
Just disappeared now, of
See if
course.
fortune favors the
People
bold
are-
in this
people are
situation,
using
because
it
they're
against
already on
them
the
now.
line with the technical weak up scoped
It's so
rifle.
good that people copy them, and then they just say nah. Top 3. Oh yeah, top 3 in Champs. I'm so used to saying just 4 for DRX.
Forward gets marked by freeing.
Does some great damage with that bandit, don't get me wrong. He would have loved to be able to finish the job though.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of that, now it's going to be layered on with Gunman on that Bulldog. He's back in around, maybe waiting for the toxic screen to come up.
It's just a very reserved defense at the moment from DRX at this A
Yeah,
side
I mean,
as
it's a
well.
big
The
investment from them.
expectation that it might just be a barrel roll in towards the front side of this site.
Yeah. You do see that from DRX a lot, though. Now that they have confirmed information,
Dude, the
it will react
tether,
in
the
time.
tether into the boombot. That was a fast boombot as well.
Boombot is the one
Exploded
that goes
faster.
off, too.
There's a nice util from DRX.
20 seconds to go, T1.
Considering
Gonna plant
the
pretty
score
good.
line, I don't
there
think
from Meteors
T1 need to
alright,
go
but
for
now
this
the stats.
weird
15
outlaw
seconds to
hero
die.
round by kind of
He's gonna
vibe.
do it in 2.
I guess they're kind of planning ahead, and Munchkin's
Great
gonna
reactions coming out
buy
from
him a
DRX,
judge,
just
and he's gonna
waiting
go
out all the
double
intel, piecing it together, and there you
dive
have
into
it.
lamps,
A
but
beautiful wombo combo of
Dunno, man.
Seize, Boombot, Snakebite, everything.
you just win
that
if you
have.
play normal, surely.
Maybe you call it cookie cutter Valorant, trying to maximize a bunch of this utility and gather the good reads, but now we need to see these teams start to dig deep if you want to try and close this 2-0 as T1, or DRX want to try and push us into Breeze.
Oh, yeah. 6-8 might not be enough.
Buy for T1 here as well is not looking too crash hot when you look at Mr. Munchkin there on the Stinger. Hermes bringing out the operator as well over on DRX's side. It's going to be very interesting to see if this is expected. You know that the Outlaw was in play, so that's got 3 targets that can
Did he
finish
fire
off
off a shot?
once. He did finish, fire off a shot, yes. He's
Oh.
using the scare tactic that the op is in play. You need to really clear all of your lines now as T1.
There we go, Prowlering forward.
Portal closed.
Hermes up towards B-Long now, though.
And is the better stacked site for DRX.
Spotted.
Yeah, it's a cheeky little shot towards his body. Now they're just going to try and layer all the utility on towards him. Hits the TP.
Ooh,
his
the
own
site's
one
pretty
towards the
weak.
A
They're going
side.
to take the
Marco,
TP.
though, not going to be eaten by the utility, or rather, yes, he is. The C's going to be getting him, but the
Great
incendiary
molly, though.
buys time before they can get in towards
Wait,
the
how
site.
did
Now
he-
T1 look to
Didn't even
establish
see him
big
do the
plans.
molly.
Pretty much a good foothold over the site established as well,
30
Komodo.
seconds
Oh
left.
my goodness, that was so quick.
You know, Hermes is just saving this operator
Meteor,
right now.
mate.
rest
The
of
only
boys
way you lose the round is by you doing
try
this.
remove some of these guns from T1's possession.
Yeah.
Shot.
Despite the positioning from DRX, which was pretty good, still completely sussed out by T1. The experience speaking volumes right now, and spotting freeing out by the shoulder. Oh, he goes in for it. What the Marshall headshot.
I mean, Freeing has so many chances to just line up where Meteor was on that line. He did not budge.
Yeah. Yeah, T1's not going to have any more of that.
Toxin screen down.
First buy round for T1, and the bonus for DRX not going the way of them, but they will retain this operator, which is going to be a necessary item,
All right.
you would say.
Big buy round.
Look at how Izu was
They save
piloting
an op.
that over on the first half.
Get a
It
full
was
buy
paramount
event.
to a lot of great opening
Was
rounds.
the
and then
DFMGE game? It was pretty
save
fun, man.
situations, finish situations that you just know how the round
Pretty
is going to
fun.
end.
Come on, you
So we've got a
The
good
first map
challenge
was
for
crazy.
Hermie at the moment to continue with his op prowess that he was leading on before last series. Not actually sure if the likes of Autumn did overtake him.
Is that when he died?
Kill at the end. Well, we'll see. Ops still in play, like you mentioned. Guns being bought back up as well. T1 needing to keep keep all of this in check.
And it's just immediately getting all of the space over towards Showers with the haunt through the teleporter.
Oh.
Sending Munchkin away towards short, but if you're trying to waltz on through, you need to make sure that the music isn't a countdown for your death here. Freeing on a shoulder spot. The info is here, and this position is too hot.
Yeah, Snakebite, get out. Does give T1 quite a bit of space to work off of, though. Hermes, meanwhile, good little jump peek coming out from Stacks. Prowler should confirm it, so the whole team now just being cautious around these little corners, around these angles. Coming in to break through lamps, but Freeing manages to hold his ground. Double kill. And 3 T1 players stopped dead in their tracks.
Spam on towards Izu. Gonna be very unfortunate to get out
Dude,
of
that's
here.
nice
Does
as
good
well,
work
though.
to get
How is he out of
away
there?
with one. But
I
as
mean, it's
Stacks
still
can't
impossible
finish
to
any
win,
other
but
opponents as well, it starts to become a bit grim
flash
for the
your
chances
teammate.
of
You have to be the
T1
best
to
flash
protect
ever.
this Spike, and now Freeing is multi-fragging up. Izu has 1 HP.
Does actually need
The
to
job is
save
done, the
it, because
defuse
it
is
will
there.
matter
DRX
for
find
sure.
a pretty clean hold.
I like the tether that's out
You
in the
start to
open though,
wonder
so you
as
can see
well,
if he's in the corner.
Should you, as T1, look to play for a little couple extra picks before trying to force a plant?
Yeah, that probably would have to be hit. I think we can kind of see why the coaching staff of DRX, you know, Termi, Argency, I think.
How'd you
why
rate
they
Hermes?
call
He's doing
that
alright.
timeout in the first half.
He's
Oh.
not like
Oh,
taking
there goes
over or
T1.
anything, but he's not doing bad.
Yeah, you were saying? There's an opportunity here for DRX to be able to crawl back in towards this map right now, so you want to make sure that you are picking up a couple of the gaps.
I would believe KDG does agree with you as well. Hermes op still in play.
I mean, the nature of these teams play very, very similarly, right? It's just like any other mirror comp would. It's just like an almost mirror comp would with the Raze versus the Waylay at the moment, though when you're on that defensive side of T1, you can play with the teleporter shenanigans with the Waylay as well, where your Raze essentially can't because they're full committed to it.
100
So now
Thieves
that we
NRG,
have,
it should be pretty close.
T1 on this attacking side,
You for
we might
sure
be
give
looking for a little
NRG
bit
more of a
dive
percentage,
action
but
on the sites themselves if you want to try and find some early picks as well. DRX could potentially be giving those to you if the op isn't in play. So that's why there's going to be a
Basti,
very
by the way,
important
thank you so much for the
removing
Prime,
op
man.
from the
Thank you for
equation
doing
at
that.
the moment. But the real question
Okay,
is
force
how do
into
we
it.
do
They're missing a
this?
little bit
How
of
we
util, not much. I mean,
getting
it's
him
literally a
in a
Viper
spot of
molly,
bother
that's it.
with a massive
Call a
advantage for
timeout and they just want
ourselves.
to go for something a little more puggy. Is this
That's
just
where
an
the
explode
competition
through
they
long
do
with
have
5?
Gunmin also with
This is a bold
Showstopper
play, man.
online for a possible retake right now.
The fact that they want to
Well,
explode over towards
Bane
long, though, that
Yeah,
might
needs
actually
to
work.
Back out. He had any idea of what was around the corner
It's unlucky, man. Imagine he's stuck there for a little longer. They actually did walk through the smoke. He just doesn't want to be caught out. Whoa, that must have been a nice
Stacking
kill.
it into the site, unfortunately, not quite enough clearing. Like
So
we would
hard for them to
hope
get through this
Komodo.
choke.
Unfortunately, T1 will have to hang around, especially with the mollies tossed at their feet.
Everyone has relinquished
Yeah,
control
every
of
single
this
time
A-side at the
Munchkins
moment.
do it.
DRX,
Sorry, every
unfortunately,
single time Mako's doing
opportunity
great
window
mollies
has
as well.
closed for T1. No fresh air. Swinging on through that one.
Oh.
Meteor finds Marco. Lives to
Well,
tell the tale
just as we
healthily.
complimented him.
Not quite the 4-1 that you would know them for, but still leaving Meteor to lurk around.
This is where mid-round calling becomes paramount for both of these teams at the moment. What do you feel like might be coming over towards the A site? What can you do with this wall at the moment as Meteor to allow Munchkin to get in? There goes Hermes. That's how you dispatch the operator. But has Hyunmin, by his lonesome self over at this A site, put himself in the right position? 20 seconds to go, by the way. If he finds Munchkin, which he does now, priority to deny this plant from the rocket may very well just do it, locking them out of the showers and sealing the deal onto Stacks. Hyunmin looking for 4.
Yeah. Gonna get insanely close.
And he finds
We
it as well.
got Eco coming up for
I
T1.
could not have said it better myself.
DRX
Komodo, you are the superior
Might be able to get a
caster,
couple of
but yeah,
ults for this as
this
well
entire
after.
round just played out all thanks to one guy, Hyunmin.
He's
All
really,
because of his positioning.
really bailed them out of the situation there, to be completely honest.
Yeah, and I
with
think
you.
they're running out of
Hermes falls
ideas
on
as
that
well.
B site. It
In fact, they
could have
call
been
for
the
like
way
the
in
long
which
pop to try and make it look
crumble
like they're
at the
taking
moment, thinking that we've got no space
B4 long
anymore.
control.
That's why it's super important that Hyunmin is just able to showcase
I think they don't
you
have
know,
too much on attack right now.
a very concise play, a very smart decision in that moment. Doesn't overplay his hand, knows that time is his friend. And it breaks the economy of T1 here as well, as DRX are looking to equalize.
Perfect opportunity to do so. T1 definitely needing a change up in their game plan, but not quite reading it just yet. Unfortunately, this time, the 4-1 being red.
Bring them down.
Just keeping an eye on timing on a bunch of this utility at the moment for DRX that T1 are going to have to try and figure out a little bit later on. You still got the sniper for Hermes doing damage, getting on strong lines that DRX are happy to let him hold.
Was Bano as the
comfortably.
IGL?
No over rotations,
he's been
early long information
on and
as
off
well, that they're
IGL.
happy to give up if they need
Majority
to,
of the
and
time it's
buy time with single
been,
sky smoke deployments
Mako.
to keep refreshing. Of which Marco only has one, so he can pop that down at the right timing and lock you out of hookah yet again.
Hello?
Oh god.
Bucky
Oh
kills the
no,
Sheriff
guys, how are you
shots
losing that
landing
one?
square on this time.
30 seconds left.
After a round like what we just saw, you wouldn't
Stacks
think
might
that they
be
would
really
drop it
tempted
like
to use his
this,
ult.
but
Smart
lo
to
and
do this
behold,
one, they
now you got
delay.
Nightfall sent
Oh,
to
it's
the
good
site.
molly.
This is not what the proper
Oh,
full
dude,
hold for
imagine
DRX
as
at
well.
the moment in
They actually
a very
threw
superior
threw
round.
Stacks the spike. Sorry, Buzz the spike so that he could get his ult. Dude, if he wasn't close to his ult, I
round,
wonder if
which
Stacks
should have
goes for
been
a plant there
DRX's.
and he gets
They will
owned by
still
that
push
molly.
forward though, but now slowly getting spotted. Stacks low HP will fall.
Tap with the
Buzz
spike.
with
Oh,
convergent
oh god, the
paths.
Viper pit.
They're expecting it though. Look at the reposition that they start to come out with. Now the pit protects Hermes.
Still, just play for time, perhaps enough.
One enemy
Might do
remaining.
the trick, Buzz.
Good reposition.
Really low, but he looks to play around with
Oh.
refract.
Jiggy.
Is that still enough time? Goes back in.
That was
spots
sick
him
from
by
him.
the head.
That was
A
sick.
thrifty
Dude, they
pull out of
stole this
nowhere.
round. How did they get the
T1
three
once
over
again
towards
extends
site?
their lead.
Legitimately, there is no
That was
other
awesome.
agent that can do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
there.
It
You
really
miss
was.
your
That was
shots
so,
in
so
that
nice.
pit, you are dead to rights. Even as a Yoru, you have that, you know, time to activate. Maybe one could make an argument a chamber could, but do you have the rendezvous at the right location? It's on a dime that Buzz is able to drop
Bucky
that
back
refract
aside.
in the right
The Yoru
spot.
TP in the
and having
corner and no one
health
heard the
does
TP
not
go
matter.
there.
You hit the shot when it's a time pressure moment for freeing.
Such
And
a
a thrifty comes
insane
through
round from
for
Buzz.
T1.
from start to finish.
No equalization on the scoreboard here. DRX again have to fight tooth and nail on this defensive side.
Fade eye over towards B. Doesn't
Does have
spot
the up
anyone.
once more, though, but look at the dive in
No
from
way.
Buzz. Absolutely
He's changing
sterile
up the
onto
shotguns.
site.
He keeps getting entries.
Rest of the team, though, going to start to make their way over to the site as well for DRX as the plant starts to go down for Stacks. Hermes sending it
Ooh.
in.
Nice
Denying
confidence
Izu
on that.
in a 3v3.
Just walking through the snake bite as well. Ridiculous. Still, though, spike in their hands. T1 will get it down nonetheless.
Hermes goes into Dimensional Drift as well, so he needs the team to start to
The
be able
only
to back
spot he
him
didn't
up.
check,
Bane with a seize could
Meteor
lock
had
that
the
in.
sound,
They
so
can
he thought he
try
checked
to
him.
play for this one as they push Meteor out of the pit. They're trying to laser beam onto him.
Managed to do just a bit, but still
Ooh.
Buzz all around the corners.
Buzz
He
looks
finds
unreal
a
right now.
third. Munchkin's still alive as well, perhaps undetected. Now inside of Bats, but
Buzz, bro.
behind is
Back
where
to back.
Hermes doesn't expect Buzz. A quad kill.
He's got the full bird's eye view at the moment, doesn't he? Multi-frag on
Back-to-back
multi-frag
rounds.
in those
Pushes
past
him
two
down to
rounds.
an eco. He
Massive
basically won 3.
moments from the big man in
Who else they don't
Buzz.
get ecoed,
From
obviously.
the opener to the closer as well. He has been
It's an
absent.
important kill from
previously.
Izu there.
He is certainly making his name known in the server today. Absolutely sensational and sharp.
Both in decisions and in mechanics.
And it becomes real rocky right now for DRX as well, doesn't it? Deploying that timeout at what feels like could have been the nth hour, but it's not over.
What's up, Yampy?
There's still
For
an
God's
opportunity
sake.
to take this in regulation for DRX. It's not like T1 are on 12.
Yampy, when do you play again?
It's 11.
Still, though, I do wonder how,
got
what the
2 weeks,
economy
right?
looks like after that one.
Wait, no, you don't have 2 weeks.
Despite
You have like a
Hermes'
week.
best efforts,
Wednesday.
walking through the
You got
snake
3
fight,
days.
I mean, sometimes you have to risk it for the biscuit, right?
Yeah.
You know, when that pit goes down, if you don't deny that spike plant, there's a bit of a reset time that your opponents do have to get comfortable in that post-plant scenario. So he does his due diligence to be a bit sacrificial to deny that plant.
It's a great play, but
All for naught in the end.
unfortunate. That's why I'm wondering, how will the next round shape up? T1 continuing to buy up, continuing to have their way with things, especially Buzz just wants to dive in like that
Right.
again.
Yep, you asked about the economy.
The hero,
no.
the hero
Big
buys
batch
the triple
buckies.
bucky. Insanely
no.
common at the moment. This is like
It
the
does give
4th time I've
confidence,
seen
that's
it.
for sure. But with how long sometimes these teams do take in these rounds,
Time to jump.
it could drifty
The
here.
3 buckies.
Did see T1
And the
pull
2
that off,
bandits.
so
Yep. Hermes is certainly window shopping at the moment. See what he can spot.
yeah, he got it. Got just the one. Look at the layering from T1. Stacks, trying to back up his opponents.
It's really important.
At the same time, Meteor, a little journey of his own.
The thing for Meteor right now is he does just need to take this super slow, clear every single corner, leaving no stone unturned, and just recognize that Hookah is dirty for his team. As long as that's communicated, it should be a very easy job done here for T1. Even if you are going towards Hookah, you can prowler this. And that's exactly what they do.
Oh, it doesn't quite go into the right corner, initially, but at least they still managed to find the trades necessary. So, Bane in with Bandit, quite line up the shot. 1v3 now with just a bucky.
It was that kill right there for Bane. Finds that one with the Bandit. Maybe a tenable
All goes to
scenario
that.
for Freeing to have found this one, but now Munchkin seals the deal. T1, 4 series points to close this, to earn their first Pacific win against DRX.
Momentous if it does happen in the upcoming round. Fantastically played all throughout. Buzz stepping up. Would be a painful one to suffer if you are on the side of DRX, but otherwise, we'll
This is
see
the biggest
what this
shake up in
buy
terms of top
can
teams in
do
VCT.
for the team with blue.
A bit of an overreaction.
Poison Orbs
But I
being
get-
set up
I
for
get the
now, but
theory.
At the same time, DRX, no ops, no
It's
nothing,
just
the
it's
rifles,
a new meta,
trying to
and
peek
Breeze has
around,
come back, so it's a little bit of a new
waiting
map
out
pool.
the gate crashes once again.
Got to make some really big decisions here as
If
DRX,
you look back
or
at
maybe
all
you
of
have
the
to cut a
first
couple of
Masters,
corners.
something like this
No
always
matter
kind of
which way you
happens.
think about this one, it is going to be awkward.
Cutting through.
Oh, well. Izu
Where,
will
like,
try to
teams
apply some
essentially
pressure for
that
now,
you
at
didn't
least
expect
dimensional
don't do as
drift into
well.
sight, immediate smokes drawn out, but here come convergent paths as well. Perfectly catches onto one. Mako into the corner though, tries to
Just
play
if they can
around, but
keep it up
unfortunately cannot go
consistent-wise.
turret mode. It's going to be Stacks pushing on through. Munchkin as well
Ooh,
covering the
it's
back
lovely
ends,
trades
and
on this.
that leaves Freeing
And then that should
alone
be it.
and cold. He wants
Dude, they
to
had
go
a
out
nice
and smoke, but he
find.
can't.
I still feel like they...
Spike getting planted as well. He will
I
just
feel like they
take
won a
little
couple of
peek, but
crazy
unfortunately that's where he
rounds.
gets absolutely
Because of individuals, but-
decapitated. 13-8. That will be the score.
Doubling it down, 13-8 on both of the maps as T1 find a pretty convincing victory
Yeah, it was convincing, I
against
agree with that.
DRX. Such a tenured team from Korea here. Third at Champs, kickoff winners. Now facing a lot of elimination series that they need to have a gauntlet run to go to Masters Santiago. T1 will continue in this middle bracket.
T1 look better and better every time I watch
No
them.
one has been able to predict with 100% just yet. Some have been close.
Yeah. It's crazy how things can shape up. It's crazy how much
The
things
more time
can
they get, the
change
better they
in
get.
a matter of a year, a few months,
A few
a few
days.
days. Exactly.
EDG?
But for
Yeah, we'll
T1
raid
to
someone
come
watching,
in with
man.
this fashion today, I
We'll
take my
raid
hat
someone.
off to them, man.
Breeze would have been exciting, don't get me wrong, but it would have been a massive effort for DRX to be able to dig deep and try and push us there, because really, after map number 1, I was concerned for DRX. That's why we needed a big reset, we needed a really big start, because on the expectation that it will be
Yinsu?
a
Nah,
Mira-esque
I need
comp,
someone who
and
isn't
with Buzz
spreading
picking up,
misinformation, man.
with Izu being consistent as well, I was starting to really worry for DRX coming in towards this map, and
the
I mean,
the
we've
bridge
just
has been burned.
showcased it hand in hand. T1 will take the bow.
Bridge has been
We'll
burned, for
congratulate
sure.
them, and we'll also get to hear from them.
Gonna take me a week to recover. Like, surely we just raid
T1
Shanks.
keeping themselves safe and sound in the middle bracket now. Today, I'm gonna talk to Buzz.
Raid Shanks? Yeah.
네, 버즈
Burn one
선수와
bridge and
인터뷰를
fix the other
나누도록
bridge.
할 텐데요. 이탈을
right.
하셨네요. 잠깐만. 따라오시면 되고요.
You gotta repair the damage
네,
done by the others.
부탁드립니다. 네, 오늘 승리를 거둔 T1의 버즈 선수 만나보도록
And then we
하겠습니다.
burn,
승리
we burn
축하드립니다.
another bridge. Okay, we'll stick around for the interview and then we'll raid them.
Congratulations, Buzz. T1 picking up the second win of Kickoff this year. Now, clean, well played 2-0 win against DRX. First off, please evaluate today's game for us. 버즈 선수 오늘 승리 축하드리고요. 정말 깔끔하고 안전하게 2대0 승리를
He's
가져가게
trolling.
됐습니다.
Bro, but
이렇게
so many people
되면서
believe in her.
스미고에서 계속해서
That's the issue, it's the internet, man.
이어갈 수 있게 됐는데요. 먼저 오늘 경기 총평부터 한번 들어보고 싶네요.
You gotta be careful on the internet.
이겨서 정말 기분이 좋고 2대0으로 좀 깔끔하게 이긴 것도 있지만 저희가 중간중간 놓친 부분들도 꽤 있었어가지고 그런 거 잘 보완한다면 다음 경기도 잘 이길 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Well, yeah, a 2-0 win is always nice, a clean 2-0. It means a lot, but we did spot a few areas where we could even improve on even more. So I think we need to kind of build on that and make our game stronger for the next series. Now, but
Yeah,
knowing
I mean, they're
how
doing that.
competitive you are, I'm pretty sure that the middle bracket
The
is a little bit of a
instigator,
strange
that's
place
good.
for you, and you want more. What are some things that you are individually focusing on, and what is the team working on at the moment? 워낙 버즈 선수도 승부욕이 강한 선수잖아요. 그렇기 때문에 이 중위조라는 위치 자체가 약간 아쉬울 것 같기도 하고 그렇기 때문에 더 보여줘야 할 것 같다라는 마음이 들 것 같기도 해요. 좀 개인적으로 신경 쓰고 있는 부분은 어떤 건지 그리고 팀은 어떤 부분에 집중하고 있는지 들어보고 싶습니다.
그냥 뭐 저희가 다 지금 잘 해주고 있고 열심히도 하고 있고 먼치킨 형도 콜을 굉장히 잘 해주고 있기 때문에 그냥 그거에 맞춰서 저희가 잘 따라만 간다면 따라가고 좀 잘 채워준다면 저희가 더 잘 될 것 같습니다.
Well, we've been crunching in the hours, putting in a lot of effort, so I think we need to keep that work ethics up. And also, Munchkin has been calling good shots for the team, so as long as we can execute and perfect our game, I think we can perform even better. Now, lastly, Paper X will be the next team you'll play.
Big
and
game.
they're coming off of a
Oh, that's
loss
a big game.
From RRQ. So what are your expectations for the upcoming Paper X series? 다음 상대가 페이퍼렉스입니다. 익숙하기는 하지만 페이퍼렉스도 지난 경기 RRQ에게 일격을 맞았거든요. 어떤 경기 예상하시는지 들어보고 싶네요.
좀 어려운 경기가 될 거라고 당연히 예상하고 있고 굉장히 잘하는 팀이고 또 세계대회 우승 후보로 뽑히는 팀 중 하나이기 때문에 저희가 절대 방심하지
big game, that is.
않고 실수 없이 저희가 만약 완벽한 게임을 구사한다면 오늘처럼 잘 이길 수 있을 거라고 믿고 있습니다.
Well, Paper X, it's always going to be tough going up against them. I mean, they're always the tournament favorites when it comes to global events as well. So I think we should focus on not making any mistakes. Excuse me.
That's funny,
But,
bro. That's the Haven game.
Yeah, as long as we play a strong
He
game,
played a whole
I think
Haven
we
and he
can,
didn't ult.
take a win off them and
That's a sick
deliver
sign.
a very good performance. Now, thank you very much, Buzz, and best of luck against Paper X.
감사합니다.
네, 이렇게 해서 버즈 선수 만나봤고요.
That's funny,
저희는
man.
다음 주에 돌아오도록
No,
하겠습니다.
it's good with it. Chat, what's Shanks's Twitch? ETV.
Hey, T1 finally did it! They finally
All right.
did it!
Enjoy the China
I mean,
games, everyone.
that's
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all for watching. I will see you all. I will see you all in 9 hours. Yeah, 9 hours. All right. Bye, everyone. See you all for Americas. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all. Yeah, I'll see you for Americas, and then for people in Northern that time zone, EMEA is not back until Tuesday. All right, bye, everyone. Bye, 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 bye.
And I knew this was going to happen. I completely didn't say they weren't going to lose.
YouTube chat, thank you so much for watching as well. I'll see you all soon. Subscribe if you haven't already. Bye, bye, bye.
I definitely